Coming to you from the Freedom Federal Credit Union Studios, Harford County Living presents Conversations with Rich Bennett.
Slow pitch affairs
It's probably the least sexy part of the work, and I don't know. It's okay. No. The truth is...
So Harford County Living had the honor of being a sponsor for the book fair at Bel Air recently. And actually, the podcast, we were one of the featured podcasts. So I was able to sit down with some authors that were there. And let me tell you, that place was packed. It was amazing how many authors were there. Luckily, I was on the upper concourse because if I was, and you'll hear the crowd in the background, but if I was on the floor with all the authors, there's no way you would have been able to hear anything. So I had the opportunity to sit down with these authors and just short little interviews, one-on-one interviews. And I wanted to do that because I wanted the authors to be able to get their names out there more. And then you're going to be hearing them on this podcast again, hopefully, as well as the author pitch. So go ahead and enjoy and listen to these authors. And then, of course, you know what I'm going to say. Afterwards, purchase their books and make sure you leave a review of them everywhere you can leave a review. Take pictures with the books of you holding the book and post on social media and tag them and me in it as well. All right, let's get this going. They started at the Bel Air Armory, which is smaller.
Oh, okay.
And when Sam told me that she was going to do it here at the arena, I said, you think you have I said, I know there are a ton of authors out there.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be able to fill up? She goes, oh, absolutely. The amount of authors here would not have fit in the Armory.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, it was funny because when I applied for this, I was put on the waiting list. And she told me that last year people dropped out and we were able to move people into the waiting list, from the waiting list. And I was like, oh, okay. But you never know. I don't know this organization. I learned about this through another author friend of mine. But she's not here this year. So I was like,
who's that? Well,
Nicole Wolverton.
Okay.
And, but I was born in Havre de Grace.
Oh, okay.
My parents moved us from there. They met, my father was in the Army, was with the Proving Grounds. My mom was working there as a civilian. They moved to Annapolis to work for the Naval Academy. So I was raised in Annapolis. But now I live in Northeast Pennsylvania. It's a long story how I got up there. I love it there. You know.
Now, when you say Northeast Pennsylvania, how long of a drive was it to here?
4 hours and 18 minutes.
Oh my God, that is Northeast Pennsylvania.
But I have a lot of friends from Baltimore because I went to school. I went to University of Maryland, Baltimore.
Okay.
That's where I got my doctorate. And so, this whole writing thing is all new, brand new for me.
So do you write under your own name, Patrick Field?
I do.
Now, how long ago did you start writing?
I started my first novel back just before the pandemic, around 2018.
Before the pandemic.
I tried to publish it in 2019, and then the pandemic happened, and I had all that time at home. And I'm a professor, so I was teaching remotely. Yeah, I have a lot of hats, and I was teaching remotely, and I didn't have to travel back and forth, so I had more time. So as soon as I finished the first novel, I was like, okay, that was fun. I wrote it. I wrote a book.
Right.
I feel good about it. I was like, okay. And then I'm not exaggerating. 2 days later, another idea popped in my head.
that's the way it usually works.
And that's the way it is. And now I have 3 books published.
Okay.
4th coming out in 2027, and I'm shopping the 5th one right now.
So now what's your genre?
Paranormal fantasy.
No way. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Because, I've had a ton of authors on, and I think, I forget. So Brandy Stoker, hers is, I forget what she calls it, like dark grim romance or whatever.
Dark romance.
But paranormal fantasy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's got to be all right. What led you to that?
So my prior life as a professor, I'm a neuroscientist by trade. That's what I have my PhD in.
Wow.
Neuroscience. So for 25 years when I was in the academic profession, I had to write papers and I had to, and I was like, it's all based on scientific facts and everything has to be, based on statistics, based on, actual research, which was, that was my bread and butter. So I was like, okay. But when I started writing towards the end of my career, I got involved in something called case studies.
Mm-hmm.
And case studies don't have to be based on something that's actually happened. They just have factual information in them.
Right.
So I started writing fictional scenarios and narratives. And I wrote this one called Game Changer. It was about this football player all the way from Pony League, all the way till he was a professional in terms of all the hits that he got in his head, all the brain injuries. So I was able to go each stage of his life during his career. He had like a different kind of brain injury, like concussions. He had CTE. He had all these, and so I published it, and the magazine, the Journal of College Science Teaching that published it, picked it as the top 5 of the year and put it in a special edition. And I was like, look at that.
Wow.
So that was kind of like the first time I ever did like real fictional writing, where it got like some attention.
Right.
So I think that was kind of the bug. I think that was the bug for me.
But are you still a professor?
I am not. I retired in 2022.
So you're retired?
I did.
You're too young to retire.
That's the great thing about the higher education is that you can put your 25 years in and you're done.
Like the military.
Kind of, exactly.
Yeah, I kicked myself in the tail a lot for getting out.
Exactly. Well, and I was, and we don't need to go into the circumstances, but I moved to Northeast Pennsylvania full time. My university was outside of Newark, New Jersey.
Okay.
So it was a 2-hour and 15-minute commute one way. And I didn't do it every single day, but it was like, I did it for 6 years. And I was like, all right, when that 25th year comes up and when I can get my benefits, I'm done.
Right.
I'm done. But it was, so going back to the whole thing was, so when I started writing my book, I was like, you know what? I can write anything I want because now I don't have to worry about the factual information and I love it. But so I will say this though, my human characters in paranormal fantasy, speculative, you have the real world being invaded by the supernatural as opposed to making your own world like high fantasy and things like that. That's more interesting to me. Like I write a lot of ghost stories. I like ghosts.
Me too.
Spirits. I think that whole thing is just fascinating.
Uh-huh.
So when I'm writing that, this supernatural world, I can make up all the rules. But the human characters, like the interaction between the human characters, that is always grounded in fact and natural law. Always. Unless they have a supernatural. Like I wrote a book about a warlock who has like supernatural powers. That's different. That's a little different. But,
all right. Okay. See, I definitely got to get down there and get your. All right. So you've written 3 novels.
I have.
What are the names of the books?
The first book that I got published was called Servant. And that is, that's Servant. And that's based on the hauntings that actually happened in my own home in the Northern Poconos.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, no, it's true. Not just myself. And my husband, but also people that have come to stay with us have reported strange things. We've had some very interesting breakfast conversations.
Oh, man.
So that was the very first book I got published. That was the 3rd book I wrote, though. The other 2, I couldn't get anybody interested in them.
Really? So
this one hit a nerve with my current editor that I work with at the Wild Rose Press. That's what I'm published through. And she was like, she told me, literally, she said, you send like 3 chapters or 50 pages when you do a query. She said, well, send me the full manuscript. I'll let you know by the end of the month. And a week later, she contacted me. She says, I'm ready to give you a contract. She loved it.
Sweet.
I know. And this is after like the first and the second one completely on deaf ears. Nobody was interested at all in the first 2. So since then, Servant got published. That's my big seller. I have close to 400 copies of that being sold. So that was pretty cool.
Good.
My second one is called The Bedfordshire Warlock, and that takes place in the Cape Cod, and it's based on the Salem witch trials.
Oh.
So the germ of that was, and I did a lot of research on the Salem witch trials and how horrible. I think it's one of the most shameful parts of American history.
It is. Because
there was no witches, there was no warlocks. It was all about property.
Yep.
But I thought, wouldn't it be interesting if there really was a real witch or warlock that got caught up in the whole thing, but so what happens in this book is that 300 years later, a young man moves into his house and realizes that he's the reincarnation of him. And now he's going to get all these powers if he does this kind of journey. So, yeah. And that was based on, because I've always had a fascination with the Salem witch trials in Salem, Massachusetts. Man. And then the third one is actually my first book that I ever wrote. And did you ever see Dark Shadows?
Oh my God. I used to love that show. The remake wasn't as good.
Yeah, it's inspired. No. Oh, no. The remake is, no. These new ones with Johnny Depp, I mean, I'll give it to them, and even the series they tried to do, like, I think it was like in the 2000s.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. Yeah,
it was, it was trying to
the
but
original
the music,
you can't beat.
The music from it, that was the only thing that was, consistent, was they used the same music. But so that was my first book. And I was like, okay, so that one, because they loved the first one, Servant, so they published the other two. But the first one, the Malevolent, is the third book that was professionally published. But I self-published that one because I got so frustrated.
Right.
And I used a pen name because I was an academic at the time that I published it. And my university was like,
can't do it under your name.
No.
So what's the pen name for it?
So let's see if you can pick this up. PF, which is Patrick Field.
Right.
PF Roquelaure. Does Roquelaure sound familiar to you? Roquelaure.
It does sound familiar for some reason.
Roquelaure. Anne Rice. Anne Rice wrote under A.N. Roquelaure when she was writing her sexy sort of spicy stuff. So I was like, all right, if I have to pick a pen name, I'm going to honor my very favorite author.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about that is too, you could write more books under that, because I think you got the bug now. The bug bit you.
Yeah.
How many books are you working on now? Right.
I have one coming out in 2027.
Okay.
And that's my first real romantasy.
Okay.
Like romance has always been sort of a secondary plot for me.
Yeah.
This one, the main story is the romance. So this is new for me. So I've got that coming out. That's called Blood Crystal, and that's coming out in 2027. And now I'm shopping around another book.
Okay.
And I'm doing that on my own. So that's the first time I've done that a long time. I had an agent for a while.
Yeah.
Didn't work out. She was awesome. She tried the best she could. To try and break into the traditional world is
it's hard,
so difficult. It's almost like you got to know somebody in order to be able to, or be a creative writing sort of, or program or whatever it may be. But my biggest thing, before I have to leave, the biggest thing I would say, if I was saying, in terms of what I would give advice to writers, is that understand that promotion is your responsibility.
Yes, it is.
And nobody says that to you when you start writing.
I've been finding that out.
Yeah. And that is, if someone had told me that, I think I still would have done it, but it would have been nice to be prepared for it. You just think about the old model where the publisher will take care of everything for it. That doesn't happen anymore. So
where can everybody find your books?
I am on bookshop.org.
Okay.
I am on Amazon, like a lot of folks, Barnes & Noble. I'm also on the Wild Rose Press is the name of the actual, but the thing is, if you order from them, the shipping is really crazy expensive.
Right.
So if I had to say, it would be bookshop.org. I would have all my books. And with that, you get to pick an independent bookstore that you can donate part of the proceedings to.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
We need more of them.
We do.
There's not enough of them. You're starting to see more pop up, but still not enough.
I think there's a little bit of a backlash now against Amazon and about some of the other ones. So people are going back to independent bookstores because they have book events, they have book clubs and they have special nights and they have certain discounts and it's just that human contact. You know what I mean? So
now plans on coming back here next year?
we'll see how this goes today. I mean, this was like, I came here, I'm from this area. I have a lot of folks coming to visit me today.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like a reunion type thing, but we'll see. I mean, this was a lot of work.
You do have somebody down there working your table now.
Oh, no. I just have somebody watching it for me.
Well, Patrick,
so.
I want to thank you for coming on, but you better get down there.
All
because
right.
Paranormal
We'll
Fantasy,
see.
people are going to be buying them.
From your mouth to God's ear.
I want to get you. I wonder why I wasn't. And so, do you use a pen name, or is Callie Thomas your?
It is my pen name.
That is your pen name, Callie Thomas.
Yes, it's my pen name. When I first started writing, I started actually in serial fiction, where that's where you're it's not really in books, it's online mostly, and you're releasing like an episode instead of a chapter. It's an episode like weekly, bi-weekly. It's a great way to like get your feet into writing without the stress of like, I need to do a book, I need to do all these things. And so Amazon actually came out with a platform called Kindle Vella. It's unfortunately shut down. It did not go as well as hoped, but in our defense, that I don't think they promoted it very well. Nobody knew it, as you see, nobody knew about it. And so I was releasing a lot of episodes. I was doing like one a week. Sometimes I would do bonus chapters. Like if I had a lot of people coming in, I would do like incentives and stuff. But yeah, it was great way for me to get my feet wet into writing that way. And so I was unsure if like I would do well. You know how it is, your first book. Is it going to be great?
Well, no, I haven't written mine yet. I'm still working on mine.
Well, that's a great way. And it's also like having that feedback from like readers is like author fuel to keep going. And so when, first you're writing and it's like, only my mom's reading this. Yay. And then you start to see like somebody come in and they're like liking an episode or like commenting. They're like, ooh, I can't wait to see where this is going to go. Then it got to like the end where it's like, I've been waiting for this episode to upload. What's taking so long? And I'm like, okay, so.
Now, did you take all those episodes and turn it into an actual book?
Yes. So that's what I took, because everybody was like, I want to read it, but I don't want to read it. I don't want to piecemeal like, one episode a week. I want to just binge it.
Right.
I don't want to just like do a hard stop. And so I took it and I put it into book, and I had to fix it a little bit, because it's a little bit like when you watch a TV show where it's like previously on last episode, it's been a week and wait, who was that guy again? He was from like 2 months ago. You know what I mean? So I had to go through and kind of flesh it out a little bit. And so, but I did that. Both of my books that I wrote on there are, I have them down there. They actually have collector's editions now with fancy artwork.
Wait a minute, who do what?
Yeah.
Collector's editions?
Yep. So it's hardbacks with dust jackets, and on the hardback it has artwork done by some really talented artist that I found on Instagram. Her name is Lulibot, and it's just, you come down and I'll show you all the goodies. Come stop by the booth.
So I take it you go through a publisher then?
I do not.
You're self-published?
I am self-published. You can do all this on your own, and you don't have to split the pie at all. Actually, I think it's easier because you have way more control. So I feel, yeah, when I see something and I know I like it, I can just buy it. Doesn't mean that I haven't considered trad. It's like, I don't know. I do like the control.
All right. So how'd you come up with the pen name?
So my pen name is, when I was in high school, long time ago.
Oh, please.
I had, my friend and I used to pass notes, which I'm sure this generation's like, I don't understand what that means. But yeah, we used to pass notes, and we used to use like secret word, like,
now it's passing text.
And so Callie was my like, so like if the teacher had read the note aloud, there was nobody by that name. So nobody knew who that was. And so, yeah, and Thomas is actually my maiden name. So, yeah, so my husband's
It sounds like it could be a story there alone.
So it wasn't completely, I know some people are like, I just like the way that sounds, but yeah, it made sense to me. So,
all right, so what's the genre that you write?
I do YA fantasy, and
what kind of fantasy?
YA, so young adult.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I thought you said Wyatt for a minute. YA, okay.
So young adult, and it's like 15, 16 and up.
Yeah.
It all depends on some kids, what their preference is. And so mine, no spice, just kisses, and
so one chili pepper.
Yeah, it's like, I don't even want to say that.
Not even a chili pepper.
Because in the clean world, they're like, whoa, Nelly. Yeah. Like, clutch your pearls. I can't believe that was a very, like, emotionally like feeling kiss. And then in the spicy world, they're like, girl, get out of here. Like that was nothing. And so I'm like, I never know how to like put where I'm exactly in. So
right. And you got 2 books out?
I actually have, I think 6.
You have 6 books out.
Yeah. So I only have 2 from my serial, that the serial story that I converted.
Okay.
And then I have was 2 multi-author collabs, and that's when a group of authors get together. Yeah, yes, and they do one book, like a themed book series together. So I have two more YA fantasies from that, and then I have 2 rom-coms that I wrote as well. So that's new adult for like 20-year-olds, but it's still no spice, available for like 16 and up, you know.
All right, so what year did the first book come out?
Oh, I didn't know I was going to need dates. I want to say when it released serial, or when it came out in paperback.
In paperback.
I want to say 2024. So I'm still kind of newish. So I'm maybe writer like 4 years.
So for 2 years and you already have 6 books out.
Yeah, I do about a book, sometimes 2 books a year, depending on. I'm actually pretty fast. Once you get it, the first book's always the hardest. It's kind of like, you know, learning to ride a bike. And then once you figure out what works for you, what doesn't.
Right.
And I can probably do it in about 3 months. Like write it, edit. Like my editor is amazing. Having like, I wouldn't get that with a trad, like, because I would have to go through their house, through there, and you know, they get to it when they can get to it. And having an editor that like works with me, and I'm like, it's like 1 a.m, and I'm like, I don't understand what you meant, what you're trying to say here. And she's like a night owl, so it's great. So I know some people are like, I get up at like 5 a.m. with the sun, and I'm like, no, I'm the opposite. Like I get most of my work done at night. So,
all right, so what are the names of your books?
Okay, so my book 1, my duology, is A Forest of Stolen Memories, and then the second book of the duology is A Sea of Golden Chains. And they're my backwards fairy tale series. So that's where the end of the story is only the beginning.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have book 1 is Rapunzel and Alice in Wonderland inspired, and then book 2 is Beauty and the Beast and the Little Mermaid, but with a merman instead of a mermaid. I know.
A little twist there. I like that.
A little switchy up. So
wow. Yeah, where can people find your books?
I'm on Amazon. You can definitely, Amazon loves me, so you can find me on there.
All the books are under Callie Thomas.
Yes, everything's under Callie.
Okay.
Because anything more would make my head spin. I'm already running 2 social media, like one for my rom-com and one for my fantasy, and I'm like, this might have been a mistake. This is too much for me to juggle. So I have, they're on Amazon, or you can get them on my author website. So,
wait a minute. I'm sorry. You have a website?
I do.
Really?
Yes. I have a author, CallieThomas.com, and they have a shop link from there, and you can go and you can purchase. And those are usually like my collector's editions that are, if you want them signed. I also put swag and all sorts of fun stuff in it. And
all right. So I have to ask you this because I think it's pretty cool. When your first time that somebody came up and asked if you would sign your book, what went through your head?
It's one of those surreal experiences where it's just like, because, you know, you write your name all the time,
right?
And you don't even, and you know, I have to also, as a pen name, be like, don't write the wrong name.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've actually signed a permission slip for my child and went, whoops, wrong name. But that might be worth the money. But yeah, and I'm so honored, like that people like, cause I still even though it's been a couple years, how many books I released, I can still remember being serial fiction, wishing somebody would read my stuff. You know what I mean? And so like knowing like somebody's taking the time, like they're diving into my head, reading my stories is so like, it's crazy. And so like the first time someone, like even today, I had a reader show up that she met me on through Instagram. She found me, she follows me and all that stuff. And she was so excited to see me. And it just absolutely made my day. Like she came all the way to see me. So
wow.
Yeah.
Here it is. You drove hours to get here, and she now is she local from
I
here?
think she said she's not too far. So I don't know, like unfortunately I don't know the area that well, but I don't think it was too far for a drive. But still, just it's a Saturday.
That's gotta feel amazing.
Parking, but so I'm just really thankful, and I mean it's such a great turnout today too.
Oh, I know. And this is our first year here.
Yes,
it's amazing. I took a photo earlier when the authors were setting up.
Oh gosh.
And I said that to my family, and they're like, that's a good turnout. I said, this is just the authors. And now I'll have to take another one of everybody down there because it's amazing.
You have to send me the one because I forgot to bring my camera up here, but that is such a cool, it is packed to the brim with people.
Yeah, and we're only an hour in? Yeah.
I would say
open at 10. Here it is a little after 11.
Okay. And it goes until 2, right?
Yeah, 10 till 2. So it'll be so what are you working on now as an author?
I'm back into fantasy. So I did the 4 YA fantasy and then I did 2 rom-com, and then my readers yelled at me and they were like, where's the fantasy? Not that we don't the fantasy readers are very vocal. And so, cause that's where I started. So I think that's where a lot of them came from. And so I was like, okay, they've been asking for a certain character. And so I'm giving it to them. So I'm writing it. I guess I'm easily swayed by peer pressure. So I did the same thing with my rom-com. I was just going to write the one book. And then they're like, no, the sister needs a story. And I was like, okay, well, I won't write the YA. I'll do the sister because my mindset's still in contemporary. It's a different POV. I do dual POV for that and present tense. Yeah. And when I do my fantasy, it's single POV, past tense. So my brain has to shift gears to different writing style.
So now that you got the writing down as an author, what's the hardest part? Is it the marketing?
Sitting down and writing. No,
after the book's published, what's the hardest part afterwards?
So I'm kind of shy. So actually coming to things like this I know I'm okay sometimes, but my friend who came with me that's helping, I'm like, okay, pump me up, get me ready, because I've got to be because I'm a quiet person. I like being we did the Spine and Wine yesterday. There was another event through this. And I opened up the back door and went outside, and I'm like, oh, it's so quiet out here. And I'm like, I know I should be mingling, but it's
hard.
Yeah, it's because you really have to put yourself out there. Especially I see people walking by and they're like, I don't want to talk to you. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Yeah. Hey there. And they're like, and then they run away. Because we're all introverts, really, right?
I was the same way. I mean, when I started this, because I was a DJ on radio. I was just playing music. I didn't have to talk to anybody. Good thing. I didn't want to. Oh. And then when I started this, it's I was a nervous wreck.
You're doing great.
Well, thank you. Well, after you're doing it for 11 years, you get used to it, So, but if I go to a networking event,
you're out of your comfort zone,
Yeah.
And I feel the same way. Once I know I'm behind the booth and I'm all set up,
it's different.
Yeah, because I get super stressed just thinking like this. I only had an hour to set up, which I have a lot of stuff. You just stop by my booth. I got a lot of stuff going on, and so we were trying to get everything in and set everything up, and it's boiling out. It is. Oh, I know, and I'm I still feel I'm.
How many events do you think you do a year?
I think I have 3 scheduled this year, which is not. I noticed that some authors tend to be in person or they write a lot of books. It's they split, and I'm that weird middle ground where I'm trying to do both, and I probably should pick one.
Okay, so when it comes to the marketing part, how often do you get on other podcasts?
When I first started, I did seek it out a lot, because I like talking about it, and I liked having something to share.
And you're not in a group setting?
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of times it was not in person. Yeah. It was always online. So it was hey, and I was always hey, can we have 5 minutes to talk so I'm not weird? I just need because I'm kind of weird.
No. I'm excited because you said when you do it online.
Yeah.
So you have the equipment to record online.
No, I usually just call them and they record it through, like, I've done one where I did it through Discord. I did one where I've done it through like YouTube, where we did like a video and then
but you have a microphone on your computer and all. Okay.
But I don't have anything. I'm not like what you got like going on right now. I do not have.
Well, no, because that's something I always tell authors is like, get on podcast. It's free marketing for you. And you're getting your book known around the world. It's not hard to do.
It's mostly just tracking them down and finding like ones that do like your genre as well. Like, I feel like a lot of times for like my genre, it's more like book scrammers. Like, so they're like the Instagram version of like book promoters.
Yeah.
Those are what's like sending them books, talking to them, doing interviews with them has been like the new popular thing.
Callie, I'll help you out. Don't worry about that. We'll get you hooked.
What do I know?
No, because I mean, like I talk to authors a lot. Actually, my other podcast is strictly for authors.
Oh, okay.
But I've met other podcasters that focus on talking to authors as well.
Okay.
And there's one called New Books Network, newbooksnetwork.com, which they have, I forget how many podcasts, but they have all the different genres. Mm-hmm. So you can go to their website and look for your genre and then pitch that show or shows to come on and talk about your books. That's just one.
Yes,
there's other sources.
Send me the,
I will. I'll get you hooked up.
Because I never think about like, because being like indie, you are juggling like all of the things. And so sometimes I never think to myself like, wow, what do I need? You know, what else do I need when I'm already got like full to the brim?
Yeah. All right. So for aspiring authors, what's the one piece of advice you would like to give them?
I feel like it's the cliche of just write.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I have new authors and they're like, I want to write, I want to do this, I want to do a book. And they think about the future. I want a cover, I want market, I see it in Barnes and Noble's on a shelf, but they don't like, you got to do the first part. You got to write it, you got to finish it. And then start dreaming of like, I didn't like have a website until like way later on, like having all that, you know.
And tell everybody the website again.
It's www.authorcalliethomas.com.
Callie.
Correct.
Because I know some people try to spell it with a K. And
I did. I heard someone did come up and they were like, I can't find you in here, K. And I'm like, no, Callie. But
well, Callie, I want to thank you so much. Now get down there and sell some more books.
I will try. Thank you.
You can't sell books if you're up here chatting. Jeez. I tell you, this turnout is...
It's really good.
Amazing.
It
for
is.
The first year? Now, were you in it last year?
I was at the Armory. Yes.
Okay.
Last year was my first year. Yeah.
Ain't no way all these authors would have fit in the Armory.
No.
And I have a funny feeling come next year, I could see Sam having authors set up here on the upper concourse.
It could. Yep.
I mean, that... So if you didn't recognize the voice, I have Melissa Roos on, who was on before. But wait a minute, you weren't on my new one, the author pitch, were you? No, you were.
Yes.
You were. And Conversations with Rich Bennett.
Yep.
So you're a professional now.
Oh, sure. I'm a professional.
All right, so I'm done. I'll just let you talk. All right, so since the last time we talked, what have you been doing? What books have you been working on? Another new book now? Or?
Yes. So I just finished Counting Stars. It's at the editor right now. And so I'm hoping to have that out in October.
October.
So, yep.
Which means you're going to come on the author pitch again.
Sure. I'd love to.
And for those that haven't listened to the other episode, how many books have you written so far?
So I currently have 6 out.
6 books.
Yeah.
6 books. You hear that, people? 6 books. And she came on the author pitch and she's only done 1 so far. So she's 5 short.
I guess so.
And that was easy.
It was.
I mean, all right, so be honest with me. Was it easier doing the author pitch or Conversations with Rich Bennett? I know Conversations was longer.
Conversations was longer. I think the only thing about the author's pitch was reading an excerpt. I didn't know what to pick. And then I guess I don't think I have the best reading voice. So
You did awesome.
Well,
You did good. And the thing is, and I think I told you this when we were recording too, when I heard it from you, it sold me.
okay.
Because I think when it comes from the author, it does make a big difference.
Okay.
Don't have a reading voice.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't like to listen to me, so I'm not sure.
What is it with that? I never understood that. Not for authors, but like, well, no, even with some authors, if they do an audio version and they record it themselves, they don't like to hear their own voice. It's like,
Well, it doesn't sound the same. You hear it inside your head as opposed to like hearing you speak. Like it's different. You sound different to yourself, if that makes sense. You're used to it. You hear yourself all the time.
yeah, I got to admit, because when I first started in radio, I didn't like
Yeah.
hearing myself either. And now I'm just so used to it. And it's funny because people would tell me I have such a strong Baltimore accent. I wasn't hearing it. Now I hear it. And I can't get rid of it. All right, so the book fair last year compared to this year.
Oh, it is phenomenal. I mean, last year was really good too. Last
Right.
year was my first year doing it. And we were at the Armory, and that was a great turnout.
Yeah.
So I was so excited to come back. But this is even better than last year.
Now, here we are, because we're only an hour in to the fair. Did you have a lot of people come through so far?
I have, yes. We've
That's
been busy.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's good.
it is
All right,
good.
so I'm going to ask you something that I just asked my last guest. And I don't think I asked you this on our podcast or on our other episode. But for you, the first time a reader came up and asked you to sign one of your books, what was the feeling that went through your head?
I'm like, really? You want me to sign it? So like, maybe you should read it first and then see if you want me to sign it. It's just so humbling.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't. Well, even to see your name on the cover is
Yeah.
humbling.
Oh, yeah. I never thought about that.
Yeah, it's an incredible feeling.
And I guess now it just becomes automatic.
No,
No? Still?
no, because like if they want their name, I have to make them spell it because I'm nervous to write my own name, and I want to
Right.
make sure I write their name correctly too. So, because when I write for them, all the spelling goes out the door. I can't. I have to write their name down. They can repeat it to me, and I still have to write it down because otherwise, it just makes me nervous to do it.
But you're not using a pen name either, right?
No, I'm not.
Which could be a plus, because if you were using a pen name, sometimes you could sign the wrong name.
That's true.
That's what happened to the young lady that was just on.
Okay.
She said, but she said when she was writing notes for school, she would write her pen name by mistake
Okay.
sometimes.
I can see where that would happen.
I can, because it's funny. I've had, and I never thought about that, but a friend of mine who's an author, he said the first time that happened to him, he just, like you said, he couldn't believe it. It's like, why would you want my autograph?
Yeah.
I mean, he just asked him that out loud, but it went through his head. And now it's just amazing how many people want that. So tell everybody the genre that you write.
So I write romantic suspense or mystery romance. So
And you started, I'm going to see if I get it right. Because you got 6 books.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't you start during the pandemic?
I did. My first one came out in 2020, January of 2020. So it came out and we shut down. So
And it was published in 2020.
yes.
All right. So 6 books in 6 years.
Yep.
Now you probably got it down to a science, more or
Depends.
less.
Yeah.
So, and I know I asked you this before, but for aspiring authors, I think it's important. The hardest part after it's published, what's the hardest part afterwards?
The marketing.
The marketing.
Always the marketing. Yeah.
The yourself public. I love his hat. I'm sorry. Want to trade? No. He's like, nope. So for those of you listening, a little boy just came running by. What? Look, a little cowboy, silver glittery
Yeah.
hat. Oh God. Because you're self-published though, right?
I had one. My first one was traditionally, but the rest are self-published.
All right. So even with the first one, the publishing company didn't do the marketing for you.
No, they don't.
And I think a lot of aspiring authors don't realize that. They always look for a publisher thinking that. But with you, because you're self-published now, which do you prefer?
I prefer the self-publishing just because I have more control over everything.
Now, when you say more control...
So timeline, I'm on my own timeline, not on theirs. I can pick my own cover. Sometimes they don't let you pick. You just get input. Sometimes they let you pick. Depends on your publisher, but
wow.
So yeah, so I like all the little extras. I like to do the bookmarks that match the my cover.
Yeah.
And I just like the feel of my own cover. Like I know what I want in the cover, so and sometimes they don't agree. And like I said, the main thing though is the timeline. Like I push through when I want to get it out. And
yours aren't in audiobook version yet, are they? Or
I only have one
in audiobook version.
Yeah.
Okay, and with that, you used somebody else. You didn't do it yourself.
With the audio, it was new at the time, Amazon's AI.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You're the one that told me about that.
Yeah. So.
Has it gotten better?
I haven't gone back. I just haven't had a chance to look at the AI audio recently. I'm assuming it has. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't sell a lot of them, but I don't push it either because it is AI, and nothing else that I have is AI. So
with your books, do you sell more paperback, hardback, EPUBs?
I would say ebooks.
Really?
And then paperback. Yep.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
Because it's, I would say people, and I'm just going by my daughter. So like 20s on down love the physical book.
Yeah.
Because they can, and they won't get rid of it. They'll read it again and again.
Right.
Which, I mean, people do that with movies, so why not books?
Right.
But an EPUB, although I did find out today too, I didn't know you could do this on Kindle. It'll have the text to speech, so it'll read it to you.
Yes.
So it's like an audiobook, I guess.
Yeah, kind of.
No, because you're only getting one voice. But I tried doing the Kindle thing. It's hard for me to read. I like the physical.
I do too.
book. And yes, I am still reading yours.
Oh, okay.
After I had Melissa on the author pitch, and you sold me on it, and I started reading it, and it is good. You all listening, you would really, really like it.
Well, thank you.
All right, so next year, you coming back for this again?
Yeah, if they'll have me.
How many book fairs do you do roughly?
It depends. I already have a couple signed up for next year, and then I add more as the year goes on. So I have 2 more scheduled for this year yet.
So, what else are you doing in person wise to push your books?
So I've done
book signings.
Yeah, I've done book signings. I went to Bethany Beach bookstore and did a signing there. I love that. And I've done the high school book fair. So that's fun. I also did the high school, they had a job fair. So I went to that. I didn't sell anything, but it was more about.
Wait a minute, it was high school?
It was at the high school job fair. Yeah. So it was to introduce the kids to different jobs.
Yeah.
So I just went and it was fun. Just talk to the kids. At Calico High School. That's where my kids went to high school.
That's always been a pet peeve of mine because I remember doing job fairs. But it was always in elementary schools, which career fairs, whatever you want to call them.
Okay.
And my biggest complaint was, why don't high schools do them?
Yeah.
To me, it would make sense. You're the first person I've talked to where a high school has done something like that.
Okay. Yeah, they do it every year. I actually got asked to come back again this year. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it, but yeah.
And how many different podcasts have you been on so far? Are you getting on enough of them?
I haven't been on too many. I've been on 3. So besides counting yours. Well,
why?
I don't know. I think it's hard to find them. I'm just like you reach out and, people don't always get back to you. And
that is true. I have a funny feeling I'm just going to have to start something else where all the authors can just go to the website and I can have different podcasts listed.
That's a good idea.
Maybe I'll do that, like an authors podcast network.
That's a great
See,
idea.
here it is. You're giving me ideas again.
Great idea.
Got to stop that. All right. So tell everybody where they can find your book. First of all, tell everybody the names of the books. I don't think you did that yet, did you?
Nope, not yet.
Okay. What's the names of the books?
So I have, my first book is You Can Hide. Then I have In the Shadow of the Black Moon. That's actually set in Ocean City, Maryland. So in case any Maryland people are listening right now, right? I have 2 books in Pennsylvania, and one of those is Cherry Hollow, and the other one is The Further I Fall. I have one set in Nashville, and it is Tennessee Wishes. And then the one that came out in December is The Truth Lies at the Edge.
And where's the new one going to be based out of?
It's also Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah.
Had a feeling. And tell everybody the websites where they can follow you.
So I'm on Amazon, Barnes & Noble for, the big ones, local bookstores, Cupboard Maker Books, Bethany Beach Books in Delaware,
I know. It was chilly.
Firefly Books in Kutztown, Pennsylvania. So those are
And
my
what's
big
the
ones.
website?
I'm sorry?
What's the website?
A Firefly Book?
No, your website.
Oh, my website is just Melissa Roos Author.
ROOS.
Yeah.
ROO. Did I only do
That's
2
right.
O's?
2 O's.
For a minute, I had to do, I was like, wait, did I just say 3 O's? ROOS.
It's like rooster.
Yeah.
Without
I
the...
remember. Melissa, thank you so much.
Sure.
Now get down there and sell more books. Give
I
your
will.
daughter a break.
Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. All right, so now I am sitting down with Sarena Strauss, another author here at the Book Fair at Bel Air. I'm just going to ask you the first question because we're on the upper concourse and I'm looking down. It's amazing. How'd you find out about this?
That's a great question. I came for the first time last year, and just in going to other book cons and things like that, some people recommended it. So I wrote to them and asked if they wanted somebody who writes science fiction. And
science fiction.
Science fiction, yeah.
There's not a lot of them down there, are there?
No, there aren't.
What happened to that genre?
I just think romance and fantasy is like having its moment, and the rest of us writing other stuff, we're out there, and our audience needs to find us, and we need to find them. That's all.
Now, are you local or?
I was born in Maryland, but now I live in New York.
So you drove down from New York?
I actually flew up from Florida, but that's a different story.
Okay, but all right, so from New York, but you flew up from Florida for this.
Yes.
Wow. All right, so far you won the award because you're the furthest.
Oh, okay.
Although it was probably the shortest time-wise. Would it take you 2 hours?
It was the traffic from the airport was real.
Oh, never mind. All right, so it's probably the longest for you still. So how long have you actually been writing?
So I published my first book in 2006.
2006. And how many books you have out now?
So I have 1 nonfiction,
okay.
2 fiction with the 3rd coming out, and then I have another book coming out in a different genre in 2027, short story and an anthology.
Okay, wait a minute. So you have 2 other books coming out?
Yes.
Do you write more than 1 book at a time?
Usually I am outlining or thinking about the next book while I'm writing the book I'm working on.
Really?
Yeah. So right now I'm editing the final book in my trilogy, and the next book is finished and waiting for editorial feedback. So I'm juggling a few things.
And that doesn't get confusing?
It's good because especially between doing the initial draft of a book and the editing, it's good to step back and take a break and kind of forget a lot about the book so you can come to it with fresh eyes. So it tends to work out timing wise, like while I'm waiting for editorial feedback on the completed but unedited novel, I'm editing the one that I recently got my feedback on.
I mean, because I know people can will read more than one book at a time, which I still don't and the same genre, which I don't understand how they can do that. But to be working on more than one book at a time, my brain would be mashed potatoes.
I think the hardest temptation to avoid is trying to move toward all the other ideas in your head before you've really done a good job finishing the ones you're working on. So like not being tempted by the shiny new thing yet, you know?
Now, are you self-published or you go through a publisher?
I'm traditionally published.
Traditional.
So yeah, I'm with a small press.
Okay.
And my sci-fi trilogy is with one publisher, and then I have a domestic suspense novel coming out that'll be with a different publisher.
Domestic suspense.
Yes.
What exactly? Because I've heard of suspense, but what is domestic suspense?
I'd call it like thriller light. So it's small town intrigue, kind of dark things in a small town kind of book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that could be interesting. All right, so something important. Tell everybody the names of your books and the genres.
Okay, so my sci-fi trilogy is called Reinception.
Okay.
It's set 100 years in the future where we have the technology to instantly eliminate unwanted human behaviors. And as you can imagine, nothing goes wrong.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so that's the trilogy. The first two books are out, Reinception and De-inception. And then the final one's called Mass Inception. That'll be out shortly after the new year.
Okay. Wow.
And then my domestic suspense novel, which I don't have a pub date for yet, that will be called Such Nice People.
Such nice people.
Such nice people.
So I guess they didn't have their, what was the thing you said, their bad habits or whatever erased.
No, totally different world.
Okay. Oh, man. All right. So with the first book, how long did that actually take you to write?
I mean, the first book, it took the longest because I was iterating a lot, getting it written. So that one, it probably took from when I wrote it to when it was published 3-4 years. It went through a few different drafts, and then some of it was just figuring out what the right publishing path was for it. It's kind of social science fiction, which is a little bit of a niche genre. Yeah. So I went with a small publisher who they're willing to take, I think, more risks than big publishers. So it was about finding the right house for it, and that's been a great experience. And then 2 years between each of the sequels.
Okay. So what actually led you to write science fiction?
So weird pathway. The first book I wrote was nonfiction. I used to be a prosecutor in the Bronx, and I wrote a book called Bronx DA that was about that experience.
Oh, I bet you have a lot of stories to tell.
I have a lot of stories, and Bronx DA had its own cool path. It was actually picked up as a TV pilot, but then sadly, we lost our TV spot to J.J. Abrams, which was hard to fault.
Yeah.
But after I finished Bronx DA, I thought I wanted to keep writing. I wanted to try fiction. And I thought, I'll write crime. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. And I started writing crime novels. And I was like, well, I don't really read crime novels and I don't really watch crime TV.
Right.
Why am I writing something that isn't what I love to read? And I love science fiction. So I started writing science fiction, and it's been amazing.
All right. So obviously then you had to watch a science fiction show.
A lot, yeah.
All right. Star Trek. What was it? What was your favorite?
Well, so I have an older brother, and growing up, because he's older, he got to pick what we watched.
Okay.
And he dragged me into sci-fi originally. We watched I'm going to date myself here, but $6 Million Man and the Hulk.
I thought when you said date yourself, I thought you were going to go even further back and say Doctor Who.
No, I was never I never watched Doctor Who, but all those a lot of Star Trek.
$6 Million Man isn't that? Oh wait a minute, that was the 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I was very young. I was very, very young. yeah, my brother got me into it. And then he also, when I was a little older, gave me my first, he gave me The Martian Chronicles by Ray Bradbury. And that really like sucked me into the written sci-fi novels.
Ooh.
And I've loved it ever since.
Ooh. All right. So for an aspiring author, what's the biggest piece of advice you could give them?
I mean, my biggest piece of advice would be write what you love and don't chase trends, because trends change and tastes change. And I mean, we should be writing for joy and for passion. And I think that really shines through in our writing. So don't worry about what's getting the buzz. Worry about writing what you love, and your audience will find you.
This question I've been asking a couple of the authors lately, because I think it's amazing. The first time a reader asked you to sign one of your books, what went through your head?
It just feels a little surreal because the imposter syndrome's real. And especially if you've had another career like I have, like something that's been paying the bills, that question of like, when do I actually get to call myself a writer or tell people I'm a writer? And even after I wrote Bronx DA, I felt like I wrote a book. I didn't feel like I was a writer.
Yeah.
So I think when people actually ask you to start signing it, or somebody's like, oh, I read about your book, or I saw a review, or they're seeking me out. It's like, it's an amazing feeling. Like you put your heart and soul in it, to know that somebody actually wants to read it is amazing.
Yeah. All right. So what's the next big thing for Sarena Strauss as an author?
So I mean, finish my trilogy.
Right.
I hopefully have some big announcements coming soon that I'm not allowed to share yet. So you have to follow me on social media. I'm going, as we say in the publishing world, I am going vague.
Okay.
I am going vague. I will hopefully have some really exciting announcements soon, but I'm not allowed to say yet.
Now, do you have a website as well?
Yes.
So you're going to also announce it on the website, right?
Yeah, my website, my newsletter. I'm very easy to find. Sarena Strauss. I'm the only one. You can spell it wrong and you'll still find me. So my website's serenastrauss.com, and on social, I'm Sarena Strauss everywhere. So.
It's something you just said, and you're the first one to say this. You have a newsletter.
Yeah.
How often
Substack.
Substack? But how often does that go out?
I'm not somebody who regularly publishes on Substack, so I only
because that can become a pain.
Yeah, I mean, some people are great at that. I'm really only sending things when I have news to announce. So whether it's publishing news or appearances, or sometimes I just have something to say. Especially because I'm writing sci-fi, if I see something really interesting or cool in the media, especially about the themes I deal with, like mind modification and technology and stuff. But mostly I'm not trying to clutter people's inboxes unless I have something new to say.
So people need to go to your website. They need to sign up for your newsletter.
Yep.
They need to follow you on Amazon. So this way they know when your next book comes out.
Yep.
Because that little thing at home, there's not one around here. Alexa will notify them.
And my big top secret vague news.
Yes. Which, see, now I got to follow you on social media just so I can find out.
There you go.
Why do I have a funny feeling you're going to be in a TV show or something?
I've been on TV before.
On a show?
I was in a documentary. I don't even know if you can find it anymore, but it was on the Discovery Channel. It was called Crime and Justice, The Bronx.
Okay.
And then I used to be a talking head, so I used to do a lot of court TV.
Really?
Yeah. Back when there was court TV.
Yeah.
I did a lot of court TV.
That is amazing. Well, Sarena, I want to thank you so much. I'm going to be emailing you because you need to come on my other podcast as well and pitch your books.
I would love that.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for talking to me.
Maybe we've run into each other somewhere.
So Frederick, now do you work out in Frederick?
I'm sorry?
Do you work out in Frederick?
Well, yeah, so I'm a musician for a living, so I kind of play everywhere.
Really? How long you been playing?
I've been playing since the late 90s.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Guitar?
Yep. Guitar, voice, write songs. I have 10 albums out.
Okay. It's got to be from the music industry.
Yeah,
then.
maybe you've seen me somewhere because I've been everywhere for a long time.
I used to play. I stopped playing. Actually,
then that's
the last time
probably-
I played was 86.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a
I'm
little
old.
before me.
Yeah. But my son was playing for a while. I wish we could get back into it. I always said he was Stevie Ray Vaughan reincarnated. He's that damn good. But when he was playing, I would go to all the different places, mainly around here. But also when I worked, but the last radio station I worked at, 100.7 The Bay, I used to go to different places to see so I probably did see you out there playing somewhere.
Probably. I get that a lot. People are like, you look familiar. And it's because, they've seen me playing at a winery or a bookstore or something over the years.
Now, what kind of music?
So it's singer-songwriter. So like acoustic, folk, Americana.
So you're telling stories.
Yeah. Which
something
is,
that's missing.
Yeah. Which was, I guess not a weird transition into novels. So
wow. All right. So those of you who listen, I have Stephen Gellman. Is it Gellman? Gellman.
Yeah.
Stephen Gellman on, musician, author. What else? Songwriter.
I think that's about it.
That's it. That's enough for you, right?
Yeah. Nerd.
Wait.
I say I'm a nerd before I'm anything. So, if you get me started talking about Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or anything, then I'll totally nerd out on you.
D&D?
Of course.
All right. Have you met Brandy Stoker yet?
Oh, yeah. I met her at another Booker event.
Okay. Okay, because I had her on, and she told me about D&D. I said, wait a minute, really?
Yeah.
I've always been wanting to learn and haven't learned it yet. So she's supposed to be getting some people together.
Oh, really?
I said, yeah, because I figured it'd be pretty cool to sit down and do a podcast talking about D&D.
And there are...
And I think it's growing.
Yeah, it's getting popular again. So I played it as a kid in high school, and then picked it back up and, a little bit later. And then it's come and gone throughout my life. But I loved all that stuff.
Too, because now a lot of people play, correct me if I'm wrong, but play it online.
Mm-hmm.
But the board part, you're still, I say board game, but it's more than a board game. It's a table game, I think.
Yeah, it's the role-playing game. So there's different approaches to it. A lot of people will put out like these grid maps and use little figurines and stuff.
Yeah.
But some people, like the old school, we just have paper and pen.
Okay. Yeah, my nephew's into it. And the money he spends on these figurines.
Oh, yeah. Does he paint them?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He goes into detail and everything.
Yeah.
I'm just blown away. And the cases that he buys to carry them, it's like.
Yep. I know what you're talking about.
Because I told him, you got to teach me how to play this. Mm-hmm. I want to learn. My problem is I never have the time to. Mm-hmm. All right, so I have a funny feeling I know the answer to this. What genre do you write?
So, I write contemporary YA. It's not fantasy.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
wow. Okay, it's not what I was expecting.
No, I fell into it by accident. I told you I was a musician.
Right.
So, and that's what I do for a living. So when COVID happened, I lost all my work because I'm a working musician. So I had a lot of time on my hands, and I was in bed watching TV, and I thought I got to find something to do with my life. And I thought about, I was at another book festival because I love books. I love books my whole life. And I was walking around this festival. This was the year before COVID hit. And there was this place called the Writers Center. And I was looking at the booth going, I wonder what that is. And they saw me looking. So they're like, come on over. They're like, so you're a writer? And I said, no. And they said, well, you seem very interested. What do you do for a living? And I said, well, I'm a singer-songwriter. And they went, hello? And I was like, what? Like, it didn't occur to me. And they're like, hello? I'm like, what? They're like, it's in your title.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess it is. Ha ha, how funny. I'm like, who knows? Maybe someday I'll write a book, right? And then I just went about the festival and went back to life. And then when I lost all my work, I remembered that conversation. And I thought, maybe I should take this time and write a book. And that's what I did.
Well, the thing is, too, with the type of music you write, I would think writing the book would you already got a head start.
Yeah, so I used to think there was no connection, and then I realized there is a connection. So with folk music, it's like you already picked up on this. You don't listen to folk music for the beat.
No,
you're listening for the story.
Yeah.
So I have been telling stories all these years just within, 4-minute folk songs.
Yeah.
So it was just expanding upon that into novel form.
That is awesome. So what was the first book you wrote then?
So I'm here with my
and
first
it was during
debut.
COVID.
Yeah, so
this is your debut.
This is my debut. So it was 6 years between writing it and publication because publishing goes very slow. So
you're not self-published?
No, I'm not self-published. Okay. Yeah. So I wrote the book. Life started coming back to normal. I had no idea what you do once you write a book.
Right.
And so I just kind of been like, I don't know what to do. Work started coming back. I just put it away for a long time, but I kept thinking about it. I'm like, I wrote this thing that I love. I can't let it go. So just started doing research about what do you do? And you're like, okay, you got to get an agent. That's really hard to do.
Oh, yeah.
Took a long time. And I got an agent and then got a publisher. And so my book just came out a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah. And my second book's with my agent now. So she's going to sell it in the fall. And I'm writing my third book right now.
You're writing your third book.
Third book and I'm writing my 11th album of music too. So,
all right. So with the book, because you're still going through a publisher, what's been the hardest part? I know you're
the waiting.
The what?
The waiting.
The waiting. Well, it's 6 years, yeah. I mean,
like when you query to get agents, it's like. Most of them won't even respond. Yeah. So it's just the waiting,
and self-publishing never went in your head.
So because I was an indie musician, I did not want to go the self-publishing route with my novel.
Okay.
So I was like, either somebody's going to publish this or I'm not doing it because, as I said, I've been doing music a long time. And, I'm a little burned out. So I was like, I need another. So anyway, so that was the route I was determined to go.
Now, where could people actually find your book? Besides here at the book fair.
Yeah, so any bookstore. And if the bookstore doesn't have it on shelf, they can order it. But it's in most stores in the area. Huh?
You have a website as well?
I do. That's hiddenpoet.com. So it's HIDDENPOET.com. And that's when you go there. So when you go to Hidden Poet, it'll say author or musician, and you can go either way or both.
That's why it's so perfect because it goes together with both things. The books.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So how'd you find out about the book fair then?
So another author friend who was here last year recommended it to me.
You can drop the name.
Oh, her name is Liza Achilles.
Okay.
She was here last year, and she recommended it to me, so I applied. And then Sam, who runs this book fair, accepted me, and now I've gotten to know Sam a bit, and she's very sweet.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Like I said, this world is new to me. The book's only been out, I don't know,
a few weeks,
12 weeks here at the most. And so I'm just getting acquainted and meeting people, but everyone I meet, people like Sam, everyone's so wonderful.
Has anybody asked you to sign a copy of the book yet? How'd that feel?
Yeah, I've been down there signing, so.
Well, you're probably used to it with the albums, too.
Yeah. So I had a special edition made for the festival today too with
Oh, come
sprayed
on.
edges. Yeah, so that's why I'm here. Yeah, it's fun. It's so fun.
That is, okay, I am learning more and more today. Collector's edition, special edition.
Oh yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong. With them, you have to have a separate. I'm probably going to get it wrong. ISBN number or whatever.
So every book has a separate ISBN number. Yeah.
So special edition has to have its own.
Everybody,
Wow.
whether it's like a paperback, hardback, whatever, they all have different numbers. Just the same in music, like if it's out on CD or on vinyl, so.
Brad Cox.
What?
Do you know Brad Cox?
I don't.
Okay. That's how I've going back a minute thinking of your music. It's like, wait a minute, that's how I knew the name. But you weren't on Mouthful of Graffiti podcast.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, so Brad, if you're listening, you got to get Steven on your podcast. He's a musician and an author.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And
cool.
He
that would be fun.
does a podcast. Sometimes they'll do live recordings, and whoever he's with will get out and play. They do it at Web
I
Records.
do that too. So so downstairs I have my book.
Right.
But because I'm a musician, I wrote songs inspired by the novel. So I also have vinyl records downstairs too, with music inspired by the book.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So now people need to buy the book and the album to go with it.
Right.
And listen to it's almost like the Wizard of Oz while listening to Pink Floyd. Man.
Yeah.
Steven, I want to thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I'm going to get
you.
in touch with you because you got to come on my other show as well and pitch the book.
Absolutely.
Pitched up books.
Yeah.
Books. Because you got to have 3.
Yeah, and I'll bring my guitar, play a song.
You know what? I will have Brad co-host that one. Yeah, well, you live in Frederick, so I mean that's a good drive for a person.
You forget, I've been a musician a long time.
You're always
all I
on
do
the
is
road.
drive.
You're right.
All I do is drive.
We'll make it happen. Steven, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you so much.
So now I am sitting here with E.D. Lippert. Why wouldn't I hear that last name, Lippert? I'm thinking of an old movie with Don Adams. He was a fish. I forget the name of the movie now.
Oh, I know
what
the
I'm
movie
talking
that you're
about.
talking about. I don't remember the name of the movie.
But I
either,
don't think it
though.
was Lippert.
No.
Now I got to go.
There aren't a lot of Lipperts around.
Yeah, I got to go find that movie now, though. All right, so with you, I'm just going to ask you this right away. How long have you been writing?
I have only been writing for maybe 6 years. Now, It's something I've wanted to do since I was a little girl. My friend and I, we were avid readers, and we'd always say, we're going to write the next great American novel. And of course, we never did. So as I got closer to retirement, I thought, you know what? This is something I want to do it. I'm going to do it.
I've been finding, because I talk to authors all the time, but it's amazing how many authors do not write their first book until they retire.
Yeah.
Or even later.
Yeah.
I think I had a young lady on. She wrote her first book. She was 72.
Oh, wow.
And then I had another lady on. When I had her on, she was 101.
Oh, God bless her.
And she was getting ready. She had to get eye surgery done. Then she was going to write her another book. And she wrote it at 103.
That's amazing.
103.
I hope I'm still around at 103 and I can still be writing.
Keeping it. Hey, I always said I'm going to be 100 and still doing this. Yeah. People may not understand what I'm saying, but sometimes they don't understand what I'm saying now. So, yeah. So, all right. So you started writing, you said 6 years ago.
Yeah, I was in my early 60s.
And how many? Wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
No.
70 is around the corner for me now.
What?
So,
no,
yeah.
you are not.
Oh, yeah. Don't tell anybody.
You look good.
Well, thank you.
And that's something else I'm noticing too. As we get older, it's because growing up, somebody said they were 50.
Oh, you thought it was old?
Yeah, but they looked like they were 80.
Yeah.
And then you go back and watch some of the old shows. We were just talking about this the other day. I think like Red Fox when he did Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
I think he was in his 40s or 50s.
Yeah, he looked old.
Carol O'Connor with Archie Bunker was the same way.
Yeah.
But they looked a lot older.
Yeah.
But now you're seeing, people in their 70s and 80s, you would think they're in their 40s.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So where'd you find the water from the Fountain of Youth that you're drinking?
I don't know. I
need it.
genetics. You should have. My dad was here earlier. He's 94.
Really?
Yeah, he's amazing. He's absolutely amazing. So
Wow.
hopefully I take after him.
Oh man. And he was just walking.
He was just walking around.
I don't know if you watch the Orioles, but the gentleman that threw out the first pitch on opening day, what was he, 100 and?
Yeah, he was, I want to say 103. I could be mistaken,
Something like
but
that.
I
And
saw
he was in
it.
his
Yeah,
hundreds.
yeah.
And he was not in a wheelchair.
No.
Amazing. And that's not saying
Awesome.
age is nothing but a number. All right, so in 6 years, how many books have you written?
Four. Now, my first one, I had the idea probably 30 years before I started it.
Oh.
But I had kids.
Yeah.
You know, you raise a family and I was working. And
Kids get in the way.
They do.
Jeez.
They're wonderful.
I wouldn't trade them.
No, I wouldn't either. So I had the idea for a long time.
Yeah.
It was just kind of sitting in the back of my head. So that one, now the ones after that, I didn't. But yeah.
So the first, now what genre is it? All the same genre?
The first two were in like suspense thrillers.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I veered off into historical fiction.
I love historical
That's
fiction.
my favorite. If I'm going to pick up a book to read, that's my go-to.
All
I
right.
thought,
So
well,
your
let me
latest
write-
one's historical fiction?
No, I have one after that, but I did do historical fiction. And then the one right after that is a middle grade novel about a baseball game. And it was based on, I know it sounds crazy, right?
Wow.
We had a baseball family. My dad coached his
Okay.
whole life. My brother actually played this game in the 60s. And when we were in our 30s, he wrote a short story about it. And
Okay.
we tried to get it published, and neither one of us knew what we were doing, so we didn't. And I came across it. He passed in 2010,
Oh.
and I came across this short story, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to make a full-blown novel out of this.
Wow.
And it was fun to write. It was
Yeah.
fun to write.
All right, the historical fiction one, who's that about?
That's actually about, I don't know if you know, in the New Testament, there's like 2 sentences about this woman who was unclean. And she
Okay.
reached out and she touched Jesus's robe and she was healed. And I heard that one time and I was thinking, what was life like
Yeah.
for an unclean person in the first century? And I did a lot of research. And then from that, I built a life for her, and which started out really nice,
Yeah.
and then took a bad turn for about 12 years. And I just wanted to imagine what it was like.
So out of the, all right, now I haven't asked anybody this.
Okay.
Out of all your books, if somebody comes to you, they're not looking for a specific genre.
Yeah.
They just want to read something that you've written. What would be the first book you recommend to them of yours?
Probably my very first one, Gwen,
Okay.
because it's, I cried when I finished writing it. My father, and I would never say I gladly made my father cry,
Yeah.
but when he finished reading it, he called me and I could hear him crying. So I know that one is very emotional. And then after that would be The Unclean, because that's also pretty emotional.
All right. So Gwen is, what's the genre of that one again?
That's a suspense thriller.
Suspense thriller.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now, all right. Wow. Because there's only been one book that actually made me cry.
Okay.
And I watched the movie first. It didn't make me cry. I read the book and I was in tears. And that
Yeah.
was Two Seas with Maury.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
so now I got to get Gwen.
I'll bring it up to you when we're done here.
I mean, that's just, wow.
Yeah, I sobbed, and I'm not a crier.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not. But when I finished that book, as I'm writing those last few pages, I was just crying.
So was it because of the story or the fact that you finished the book?
It was because of the story.
That's good.
And I don't want to give away the ending,
No.
but it was emotional for me.
Yeah.
It was emotional.
All right. So
Yeah.
now I know. Are you local?
Yeah, in Bel Air.
Okay, good. So now I know when you come on my other podcast, I have a funny feeling that's going to be the first book you pitch. And I'll explain how that works
Okay.
when we're
All right.
done. Wow. All right. So with you as an author, what's the next thing for you?
The next thing that I'm working
as an author,
on,
yeah.
I'm embarrassed to say I don't really focus on one thing at a time, so I've got a couple of them in the works.
You're another one that writes more than one book at a time?
I have, well, let me start off by saying I have 14 grandchildren. And a couple of them want to write books with me.
Oh, that is
so
awesome.
So the 13-year-old, we're pretty much done. His mother is editing it, my daughter. And so we're waiting on her. I've got one with my 11-year-old granddaughter that's fun. That we're having fun writing.
Oh.
And then I have one that's another thriller where I can tell you the general idea. A woman finds out that her husband has hired someone to kill her.
Okay.
And let's just put it this way. The tables get turned a little bit. And then I have one that I'm working on with my husband. So I don't know if there's something wrong with me that I can't focus on one thing at a time.
Who did I just have on? Sarena Strauss was just on.
Okay.
She can work on more than one. I know people can read more than one book at a time.
I do.
But to write more than one at a time? But I love the fact that your grandchildren are interested and you're helping them.
It's fun. The first one, we started it when he was 12. Like I said, he's 13 now. And it was all his idea. Everything that happens in the book was his idea. But I just wrote it out and put in the dialogue and made it so that it would be, it would flow well.
Have you, now that you're retired, have you ever thought about, I don't know, like holding little free classes for kids if they want to learn how to write?
You know what? My daughter suggested that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I have somebody from our Lions Club wants to do that.
Yeah.
We used to do it with our Leos. Unfortunately, we don't have a Leos club anymore.
Yeah.
But I know there are still kids that want to learn how to write.
Right.
I don't know how many school newspapers there are anymore, or even creative writing classes. But I think it's great. The kids need to, because my daughter was writing when she was younger, and she was told when she was in high school, she was in the writer's group that we did through the club, had 2 authors doing it. And they told her, you have to get a manuscript done because you're that good. And then got into high school and just stopped writing.
Yeah.
It's like, you need to get back to do it. Of course, now everything is with being a daycare teacher,
See, there you go.
Yeah. See, an idea just came into my head. I'm going to have to tell her she ought to work on a children's book or something. All right, so where can people find your books?
Right now, I'm on Amazon.
Okay.
I'm working with a company. So I want to go through everything again and reread it, but I'm working on a company that will branch out and put me in different bookstores and in the libraries and things like that. I've done it all through self-publishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people can follow you on Amazon. So when the next books come out, they're learning.
Right.
Now, do you have a website as well?
I do. It's edlippert.com.
Lippert.
edlippertbooks.com.
edlippertbooks.com.
Yes.
Now, are any of your books in audio form?
Not yet. Working on that as well.
Okay. All right. So and I've been asking the other authors this. The first time a reader came up and asked you to sign the book, what went through your head?
I didn't know what to write. I just thought, what do I say? So I just wrote E.D. Lippert, but it was kind of cool.
But that could be hard too, just writing E.D. Lippert instead of your full name.
Yeah. But it was kind of cool to have somebody do that. So now today, we've got quite the crowd here today. So we've sold quite a few, and it's nice to autograph for people, I have to admit.
So for aspiring authors, I'm going to go even a step further. For young kids that want to get into writing, what's the biggest piece of advice you could give them?
Yeah. I would say just do it. Don't be, have the courage to do it. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. Don't let anybody look at it and say, yeah, it's okay. Stick with it. Write your story and then find somebody who can help you perfect the dialogue, perfect the settings and the flow, because it's a process.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and don't be afraid.
Right. Yeah, have no fear. Have no fear. That's my one grandson. He has absolutely the one we've already written. Yeah. He's already working on one by himself. And yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Elizabeth, I want to thank you so much. And I know we're going to be talking again because I need to get you on this one again, but the regular shows usually last about an hour. And I know we could talk for a while.
Yeah.
But also on my other one, the author pitch, because that's only like short form like this.
Yeah.
But I love it because with that one, the authors come on, they pitch their book, one book at a time, and then they read an excerpt from it. And it's something about when you hear the author read from the book.
Yeah.
I think it sells the book more.
Yeah.
And I've been finding that out with all the authors that have come on. I'm not one to read romance. I found myself getting these romance books after the authors read an excerpt from them.
Yeah.
Because you like a good trailer for it, you leave the people hanging wanting to know what happened.
Yeah.
And I did that with, it was Melissa Roos, I think, or no, it was Christy Wolf. I was like, hey, what happened to the guy? She goes, well, you got to get the book. It's not, you can't, nope.
That's not fair.
Oh, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you.
You're listening to Conversations with Rich Bennett. We'll be right back. If you love books, you need to experience the book fair at Bel Air. This incredible community event brings together authors, readers, and book lovers of all ages for a celebration of stories, creativity, and connection. What makes it special is the chance to meet authors in person, hear their stories, and purchase books directly from them. I've attended myself, and I can tell you there's nothing quite like discovering a great book and talking with the person who wrote it. It makes the experience more personal and far more meaningful. Whether you're looking for your next favorite read, something for your kids, or even a unique gift, you'll find it at the Book Fair at Bel Air. It's family-friendly, welcoming, and full of the kind of energy that reminds you why books matter. Learn more and see upcoming event details at bookfairatbelair.org. Again, that's bookfairatbelair.org. So I'm sitting here with Nicole M. Wolverton.
Thank you.
Wolverton. Wolverine. Wolverine. And it just so happens she writes horror. Wolverine. Do you write about werewolves and all?
I have not yet.
Not yet. Now I'm giving you an idea.
You never know. Anything can happen.
All right. So I want to get this out right away because this is important, especially for all you authors listening. Nicole does something that I always tell authors to do. She gets on other podcasts. How many have you been on?
Oh, I could not even begin to count. I just recorded an episode of Cradle to the Grave with Eric Hansen.
Okay.
Maybe a week ago.
Okay.
That was delightful. He's delightful.
Was that virtual or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's in California.
And you're located here.
I'm in Philly.
Oh, you're in Philadelphia.
Yep.
How many books have you written?
So my third novel will come out in March.
Okay.
Of next year.
Okay.
I mean, asking an author how many books she's actually written is a loaded question.
You're right. How many books are published?
3.
Okay, 3.
Well, no. 2, 3 next year. Well, 3 by May.
Right.
4 by the end of the year.
Okay. I never thought about that because I always ask how many books have you written? Well, I've written 20, but I've only had 2 published. Yeah, I never thought about that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. All right, so with you, because I love the fact that you write horror. Why horror?
All right, so I'm going to tell you the story of why I write horror.
Okay.
My grandmother was a huge Alfred Hitchcock fan.
Get out of here.
Huge Alfred Hitchcock fan. And I spent a lot of time with my grandmother as a kid.
So you were watching Alfred Hitchcock a lot.
All the time.
Yeah.
Plus, she had the very unhinged idea to read me the original Grimm's fairy tales, which, as you know, are very, very bloody.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I was kind of doomed from the start. And my father, who was a terrible father, took me to see The Exorcist at the drive-in when I was 5.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I was primed for it.
All right, that scared my sister when she went and saw it in the theaters. My son, he was young when he watched it, and he laughed.
Yeah, some of us are just like that.
That one didn't really, it was kind of scary. The movie that really scared me was the original Amityville Horror.
Oh, yes.
Because then when I found out it was true, I'm like,
So there is a book coming out later actually pretty soon.
Okay.
Rob Atone, who won a Stoker for one of his other books, wrote a book that's coming out in October called Amityville, I believe, Awakes or Returns, one or the other. I'm doing an event with him in Doylestown, Pennsylvania for that. But I have it on good authority. It's just as scary as the original movie.
Nope. Nope. I'm not watching it. Nope. I did watch the remake. I forget who was that. That wasn't scary.
Who was that? Ryan Reynolds, I believe?
Yeah, that wasn't as scary.
No.
Maybe it's because it was him.
Probably.
It's kind of hard to see Deadpool in a scary role.
Yeah, you can't be scared of Ryan Reynolds.
So, how long? So I can understand now, Alfred Hitchcock. That's why you got into horror. How long have you been writing, though?
Since then.
Since you were a kid?
Since I was a little kid. Even before I could really write words. My mother kept this. It's a story that I drew, like a sketch of stories. Me and my best friend, who was an imaginary friend named Mona, who had knives for fingers.
So, like a female Edward Scissorhands.
Kinda,
oh,
but
wow.
before Edward Scissorhands, for sure.
And before Freddy Krueger.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Wow.
So I have been writing since forever.
Holy cow. All right, so what year was your first book published?
2013.
2013.
Yeah. And I was in my mid to late 30s.
Okay. And what's that book called?
It is, what is it? The Trajectory.
I don't know. That's how I'm asking you.
It's called The Trajectory of Dreams.
Okay. Ooh.
It is a psychological thriller rather than a horror novel.
Okay.
That's just where I started.
Right.
And between that and my second book was quite a while. My second book came out in 2024. And between then...
You said the first one was 2013?
2013.
Yeah, that's quite a stretch.
Yep. But in between then, I had probably about 40-ish short stories published.
Oh, okay.
And at this point, I'm up to maybe 53 or 54.
Now, were the short stories also horror?
Yes. Almost all of them are horror.
Do they even... Then when you said those were published, and books are like I remember the magazines. Yeah.
Anthologies. There's plenty of horror anthologies out.
I love getting the books of different ghost stories.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm big into horror.
You might be interested in a book I put together for a publisher a few years ago. It's called Bodies Full of Burning. It is the first and only, at the moment, anthology of horror that is through the lens of menopause.
Really?
Yes. Now, there is another anthology that's coming out, I think next year or somewhere around there, from Sobolo Books, that is also to do with perimenopause and menopause. And it's another short story anthology. So I'm super excited to see another one coming out.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a great, great anthology. And I can't wait to read the one from Sobolo Books.
I don't know if I want to read that, though.
Yes, you do.
I don't know. My wife's going through it. I don't know if I really want to.
You can tell your wife it's an incredibly cathartic book when she's pissed off at men.
No, I think she tries to kill me at times. We went kayaking for the first time, separate kayaks, and she kept bumping into me. I think she was purposely trying to knock me out.
Possibly, yes.
I learned. You know how long it took me to learn how to sleep with one eye open?
I hear you.
Don't make an Irish redhead mad. All right, that's the first book. And what's the other ones?
So what did I bring with me today? I brought 3 anthologies that I have work in.
Okay.
One sold out, which I was really excited about. And what was that one? I think it was Hauntings and Hoarfrost. That is a Canadian publisher.
Okay.
And it's all short stories that are set in winter months. So right around now when it's hot outside, it's a great anthology to read because it makes you feel cold. There is another anthology I brought, Pretend You Don't See Her. That's all women artists, all horror. My story in there is, well, I should say that when I was editing Bodies Full of Burning, I came up with an idea for a story, but because I was editing, I couldn't really put my own story in there.
Right.
So I saved it, and it's in this anthology.
Wow.
And it's about menopause and vampires.
Interesting.
Yes, indeed.
Menopause and vampires.
Indeed. I don't know why nobody thinks of it. Because
I mean, with horror, you can. I mean, there's so many different twists you can do.
1,000%.
And I don't know why a lot of more authors aren't really writing just regular horror.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's so you're the female Alfred Hitchcock. When you get your own TV show?
Dare to dream, Rich. Dare to dream.
So what's the next big thing for you as an author?
So I have a book called Meat Sweats that's coming out in March of next
Called
year.
what?
It's called Meat Sweats. I call it Dexter Meets Yellow Jackets.
Ugh.
It's a vegetarian turned accidental cannibal.
So it's comedy horror.
Not really, if you can believe it.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's a little funny. Everything I write is a little bit funny.
Yeah.
I can't help it. But yeah. And then at the end of the year, I have a novella coming out called Mother Mort's Carnival Phantasmagorica. Not an easy title, but it's coming out with an oracle card deck.
No.
Yeah,
really?
It'll be great.
Oh, wow.
I'm working with a publisher right now who puts out novellas with oracle card decks and tarot card decks. And it's fantastic. The packages they put together are gorgeous. It's Ethereal Visions Publishing. They're great.
Interesting.
Yeah. Fantastic.
All right. I have a funny feeling I know the answer to this. Are you big into the paranormal as well?
So, I mean, yes.
Okay.
When my husband and I got married in 2000, we took our guests on a ghost tour in the middle of the reception.
Where was the reception at?
So,
New Orleans.
No, we got married in Philly, but there used to be a boat that sailed up and down the Delaware called the Liberty Bell.
Yeah.
It was a paddle wheel boat.
Yep.
It's not there anymore, of course, but we had our reception and the wedding actually on the boat. So it sailed up and down the Delaware. And we made a stop off at Old Fort Mifflin in the middle of the reception for this ghost tour. It was fantastic.
When you said Philly, at first I thought you were going to tell me the penitentiary.
Well, that would have been delightful, but I don't think they do weddings there.
No. That is pretty awesome, though.
Oh, it was great.
About that.
So that kind of gives you the idea of the paranormal that I am interested in. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So for aspiring authors out there, especially ones that want to get into horror, what's the biggest piece of advice you could give them?
So this is a piece of advice that I give any writer, no matter their genre.
Right.
Read widely. Read everything you can get your hands on.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Like, I will read anything you put in front of me. I read nonfiction. I read politics books. I read romantasy. I read everything. And that is the thing that you need when you are a horror writer, because you need to be able to reference other genres to be interesting and to be good at it. I read a lot of poetry because that helps with craft. And then the second thing, of course, is to understand that when you are ready to put your work out there for submission, your rejections often don't have anything to do with the quality of your work. So keep going.
Yes. I love the fact that I think you may be one of the very few that have said to read at least read.
Yeah, it's important.
But read everything. Read everything.
Real important.
Something very important as well. Where can people find your books and follow you?
So I will start with where you can see me online.
Okay.
My website is NicoleWolverton.com. You can find me on Instagram and Blue Sky at Nicole M. Wolverton. Okay. I'm also on TikTok at Nicole Wolverton author, I believe. I also study horror academically, and I talk a lot about that on TikTok. Like I talk about horror studies and what I'm doing. Where you can find my books is everywhere. You can find them on the publisher's websites. You can find them on Amazon, on bookshop.org, in bookstores, wherever you buy books.
Perfect. Nicole, I want to thank you so much. I can't wait to talk to you again.
Thank you for having me on, Rich.
I'll tell you when we're done. All right, so now this is really different because I have a mermaid here, a real mermaid.
Hello,
right?
I'm happy to be here.
Mermaid Tasha.
Yes.
But she lost her fins just like Ariel. You know, I guess when you come on land, they come off automatically, right?
Yeah, when I dry out too much, I get my legs back.
All right, so I just love it, Mermaid Tasha. I take it your genre is it children's books?
Yes, they're children's books.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what got you into that?
The books?
No, into writing children's books.
So I already owned my mermaid company. We do birthday parties, festivals, hotels, pretty much anything you want a mermaid for. And one of our main focuses is about conservation. So it seemed like the next logical step to kind of just incorporate children's books into bringing not only something that people coming to our events could then take home with them, but kind of further exploring that conservation message and giving a reason for, well, now my mermaid friend lives in the ocean and I need to care about her home. Well, now here's actual steps written out for me that I can kind of take when I go home to not use a plastic bag or to throw away the trash that I see on the street or that sort of thing that children can do.
So your books aren't only just teaching kids, the adults are learning from them as well.
Yeah, ideally.
That right there. And I've always said this, all the other children's authors I've had on, I noticed their books do the same thing. Mm-hmm. If an adult is learning from it, then you did good.
Yes.
Because most of the time it's the adults reading to the kids.
Exactly.
And that is amazing. So with the books that you're writing, actually, how many have you written?
I have 10 of them.
What?
10.
Do you do the illustration as well?
No, I wish. That would make my life a lot easier.
Who does the illustration for you?
I've been finding people off of Fiverr.com, but my most recent one of the mermaids that performs for me, she actually illustrated it. So I'm very fortunate that I have now found her.
10 books. All right. Mm-hmm. When was the first one published?
2022.
So 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
10. You have 10 books published.
Yes, sir.
All right, those of you that are wondering why I sound so shocked, it's because they're picture books, right?
Yes.
A children's author, granted, I know it's not as many words as a novel, but with what Tasha's doing, finding an artist on Fiverr, finding an artist, period, it takes a while to draw those, and you're sending pages to the story to her. Mm-hmm. And then they're drawing it up. So it still takes some time.
Yeah,
right?
The illustrations definitely are the longest bit.
And you have to now are you self-published?
I am self-published,
So you have to what these artists are sending because you've used more than one.
Yes. So for the main Mermaid Tasha books, there's 2 sort of series. They can be read in any order. Mermaid Tasha and then Mermaid Tasha's Friends. For the Mermaid Tasha ones, 3 of them use the same illustrator. So for that, it was a little bit easier because the illustrator already knew kind of the style we were going for, the main character, all that. And then 2 of the other ones is a different illustrator, but again, the same illustrator. So it makes it slightly easier, but still not.
All right. So I take it when you were growing up, you were big into mermaids?
Actually not.
What?
Of course, I liked H2O Just Add Water, the Australian mermaid show.
I remember that. Yes.
But yeah, a lot of mermaids, they get into it because they grew up watching The Little Mermaid or H2O or whatever, and they dream of always being a mermaid. I I was into all sorts of magical creatures, werewolves, vampires, witches, but not necessarily mermaids. I feel like mermaids are a great way to bridge the gap between people that wouldn't care about the ocean and then getting them to now care because, oh, well, now my mermaid friend lives there. So now I have to care about her home and protecting where she lives.
So what is it that gave you this concern with the ocean and everything?
I live on Delmarva, which I don't know where exactly your viewers are located, but it's a peninsula. We have the Chesapeake Bay and the Atlantic Ocean, and we have a whole bunch of rivers and watersheds in between. There's actually over 1.7 million acres of wetlands on Delmarva, which is quite a lot. So water's a way of life. You know, people need it to survive. They need it for recreation. They need it to make their money and to eat their food and all this. And so growing up on Delmarva, we were taught in school how important it is to take care of the environment. But I live in a very touristy town. So in the summertime, people come in and you can see not necessarily that they're purposefully trying to disregard the environment, but they just don't know better.
Right.
And another thing that we're taught on living near the water is that even if you live far away on the mountains, your actions are still going to have an effect here at the beach.
Everything flows downhill.
Exactly. And people that might live inland, I don't know because I don't live inland, but I feel like they might not be that aware, or they might not, because they can't see it firsthand.
Yeah.
They might just forget about it. So
wow.
Just kind of bringing awareness to, hey, you're coming to visit me at the beach. Kind of be aware of what you're doing and how it's affecting our way of life here.
Because you have a business. Doing mermaids.
Yes.
Have you ever thought about starting a nonprofit too to help? Because I know you have like the Chesapeake Bay Foundation and other ones, but because of the love you have for it, and it's important that, and even with the books, I mean, some of the proceeds it's up to you. But
yeah, definitely.
Have you ever thought about starting a nonprofit to raise more awareness about that?
Yeah, I have thought about it. It's just I haven't fully looked into everything that it would take. So that's something that I do need to look more into.
Well, it is I know it's a lot of work.
Yes.
And it's not cheap to start a nonprofit either. All right, so with your books, and you're here at the book fair. How'd you end up here at the book fair?
My cousin actually lives here in Bel Air or near Bel Air. My sister lives in Abingdon, and I don't know if my cousin lives also in Abingdon or if she lives in Bel Air. Anyway, she lives around here somewhere. No.
Okay.
But she came here last year. So I saw photos and videos of the event and I was like, that looks like a great event. I want to go to that event. So
it's even bigger this year.
Yeah. So she was posting from being there. So obviously it was a little too late for me to join at that point. But from her posts, I was able to see the event and follow it from social media. So that way I was sure as soon as signups for this year opened, I was like, let me in on that. I want to be there.
All right. So I have to ask you this. I've been asking other authors this, but I know as a children's author, it's a little bit different. Because the parents may ask, but if the parents don't, sometimes the little kids won't. When the first time somebody asked you to sign one of your books, what went through your head?
To be honest, I don't know if they asked me or if I was just so excited that I was like, do you want me to sign it? Yeah. I feel like most of the time it's me being like, I can sign it. Do you want me to sign it?
You know what? And I'm glad you do that because I have seen where, especially for kids, they are so excited when the author signs their book. And I've seen this of kids I know. And they're like, yeah, Mr. Rich, look. It's that. I'm glad you did that. That is awesome. That is so cool. So what's the next big thing for you as an author?
I'm actually doing an event next weekend, the Indies and Bookworms Festival in Baltimore.
Okay.
It's a book festival like this, but all of the authors are independently published. And for that book, a few of the authors submitted short stories for an anthology.
Okay.
And the anthology is a charity anthology whose money goes towards the Maryland SPCA. So,
oh, wow.
I guess technically that's already published because it comes out next weekend. But that's my next big thing that I'm really excited about. That was not mermaids, so it's a lot harder to write. And they wanted it some sort of pet focused. And my mother actually works at veterinary radiation oncology. So she helps pets with cancer. So I kind of focus the story on, I still made it ocean because I'm Mermaid Tasha. It has to relate somehow. But on a little seahorse that was going through a healing process like that. And it was the hardest thing I've ever written. So that was my next big project that I'm really excited for.
Where can people find your books, website, and follow you?
Yeah, author Tasha Haight, HAIGHT.com. And then also if they just Google Mermaid Tasha, it comes up. All of my socials are at Mermaid Tasha. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Yeah, my ebooks are on Amazon. Some of the paperbacks are on Amazon. I publish through lulu.com. So if you go specifically to lulu.com, you can also get it there. But you can get them all on my main author website as well.
Wait, you say you publish through Google?
Lulu.
Oh, Lulu. It's all the people here at the book fair. They're getting in my ears. I can't hear you. Lulu.
Yeah.
I knew that. I was just testing you.
No worries.
Mermaid Tasha, I want to thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, God, you got to come on again because I could sit down with you for an hour. I could talk to your mother, too. Because, well, I'll tell you after we're done. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
Now I'm sitting here with Calia Wilde, another author here at the book fair at Bel Air, who I can't wait to get into the book here, but we'll talk about the book in a minute. So first of all, how are you doing, Callie?
I am doing well. So it's been a busy day.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Were you here last year?
No, I wasn't. This is my first time here.
All right, so because last year was at the Armory. This year, there ain't no way all these people would have fit in the Armory, author-wise. But it's amazing how many. It looks like it may have died down a little bit now, but how many people have come through?
Yes.
And I think there's 150 some authors.
I don't know.
I mean, it was a lot.
I was given the opportunity by a friend of mine who was here last year, and she says, "Oh, you gotta sign up for this."
Was that?
So I did. That was Christy
Wolf.
Yes.
Oh my God.
She has been doing an amazing job, just like pushing this.
Oh, jeez.
It's great.
This is the second time her name came up. Christy is dangerous.
She is.
Every time she's been on my show, I forget how many times she's been on. She always embarrasses me.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. I think she's got a goal. Because that's how I found out when it comes to romance novels. That's how I found out about the chili pepper scale.
Oh yes.
I didn't know that was such a thing.
Yep.
And when she told me, and then Kayla Dykeman was co-hosting with me at the time, and her and Kayla and they are just doing everything they can to embarrass me. and they succeeded. So I'm sorry that you know Christy. No, I'm joking. All right. So what genre are you writing?
So I write bad boy, bad girl romance, and
another chili pepper thing.
It is a chili. It's open door. So It's what they call open door. You know, if you were to walk up to a bedroom and the door is shut, that's great. That's probably under a 2 spice level. As soon as that door cracks open, you get in the 3 and 4. I'm in the 4 range. I'm not quite 5 where, you know, there is a ton of, say, questionable other than the people in the bed. I'm trying not to embarrass you, okay? I mean, I could totally go over the edge.
So the last time, I think it was, another time that I think Christy was on, Samantha, who runs the book fair. I forget who else, but the one lady, because she was talking about what she writes. I said, so what are you, 5 chili peppers? She goes, no, it's erotica.
Oh, that would be, 5 is erotica. Yeah.
Who?
5 is definitely erotica. That's where you get toys in the bedroom.
Like Penthouse Forum.
Yeah,
if anybody remembers what that was.
There's a difference. I mean, I'm trying to remember if I've ever read Penthouse Forum. I did read the letters to Playboy when I was younger. You know, I mean, just curiosity. But, yeah, now you got me down a rabbit hole. I'm just going to have to go down that. I can tell you authors who would work well for writing for Penthouse Forum.
Oh, I bet.
Which, you know, their stuff is spicy. You know, I'm going to just name drop Logan Black because his Wonderland series is just off the chain. And then he has what's really interesting, erotica detective noir set back like in the 1940s, which is kinky.
Yeah.
Yes, you should see your face. It's funny.
Wow. Okay. All right. So how many books have you actually written?
Oh gosh. I have over 30 titles on Amazon, which includes the short stories. I have about 17, I think, full.
How long ago? Wait, let me rephrase this. How long ago was your first book published?
In 2016, I believe.
So in 10 years.
Yes.
You've written that much.
Yes. Yeah. One year I passed the 150,000 words, definitely passed the 150,000 word mark in a year. And about 2 years ago, I passed my 1,000,000 word mark. And it shows, you know, like when you write that long and you write over 1,000,000 words and you write intentionally, you know, for sale or for, you know, publication, it's not just, you know, the hobby writing or anything. But once you pass that 1,000,000 word mark, your writing takes on this, like, I'd almost say a muscle memory.
Yeah.
Rather than, you know, I'm constantly trying to dream it up or wing it or, you know, coax the muse out or anything. It becomes very much muscle memory, yet my characters still surprise me, which is very fun.
So you're a full-time authorpreneur then? No, you're still working?
I still work full-time, yes.
When do you find the time to write?
I don't watch TV. That's the thing.
That's
you know?
a smart thing. So your ideas are original then too when it comes to the books.
Yes. Yeah, I don't go like copying TV shows, although I do admire, you know, the writing room for some TV shows is amazing. You can always tell when it's a writing room that clicks and their personalities just feed each other because the show gets so good.
Okay. So, because you brought your one book up here, Not Mine to Rescue, and Destroyers, Hagerstown. So I think it takes place in Hagerstown?
It is, the biker club is in Hagerstown, and you will see in that series mentions of places and you know, just like the places you could actually walk around Hagerstown and point, yeah, that's Nichols' house. There's a synagogue his grandparents went to. There's the library that Haley works at. Yeah.
So are you from Hagerstown originally?
I'm from Frederick, Maryland.
Not far.
Not far from there. Okay. So I can always take a road trip and just kind of get the feel of everything. The other series that I have that's adjacent to that is set in a fictitious town, which is actually loosely based on Carlisle in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, yep.
So I'm setting them, you know, in these smaller towns, not the municipalities, but, you know, kind of get a flavor of that.
So both with biker clubs?
Both are biker clubs. And then I have a mafia duet that I did a bunch of historic research for. It was really funny because...
Irish mafia, Italian?
So it's really interesting because it's not truly Italian, it's Sardinian.
Okay.
So the Sardinian island was home to the Nuragic settlement, which were they guess that these are the sea people, the pirates of the Mediterranean that brought down Carthage. And I based this family as once they retired from piracy and from assassins for hire, because Egypt hired them as assassins as well, that their family kept in the business of assassination and passed it down through 4,000 plus years of family business. And I call it the sinister legacy because the left hand polices the right hand. The right hand rules the world. The left hand brings them down if they get too big.
Okay, so I'm getting a little like you have a fascination for like bad boys here.
Absolutely.
What got you into that?
So the hero isn't always the good guy.
True.
Or girl. And there's a line like for some people they have to have a little more darkness.
Yeah.
In order to identify with them. Not everybody's, you know, squeaky clean. Not everybody's had an easy life. you know? When you've had a rougher time of things, it's nice to escape into people that aren't so perfect that they intimidate you. And I know that none of my bad boys or bad girls would intimidate somebody with how perfect they are, because they're not. So.
All right. So what is it that actually got you into wanting to be an author?
It was really weird because I didn't plan on being an author. I really didn't. Really? I was an artist from age 3 on. I won awards at like age 5. I wanted to be an artist. Kept getting told there's no money in art. You know, that's one of the biggest things that you can do to crush a child's spirit, is to tell them that whatever they choose isn't going to make them money. And, you know, then you, I don't know. Why do people do that? I have no idea.
I don't know. I learned a lot about the art industry from another.
It's like, oh, I want to talk to people on radio or on podcasts. And people are like, why would you want to do that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Why don't you want to be something normal like an accountant? No. Anyways, getting back to where I started with writing, I would draw like the stories.
Right.
If I read a book, I would imagine beyond the book and then draw the characters and kind of, you know, fan fiction, stuff like that. When I was younger, I always tied that with the art somehow. Then I'll blame Tolkien on this, because it started with Tolkien in 5th grade. And in 2001, I went to go see the movie. The Peter Jackson first Lord of the Rings movie came out in 2001. I must have eaten something spicy or something like that, because I had dreams all night long and they just would not stop. It was like I would wake up and I'd be like, wow, that's cool. Fall back asleep and it would keep going. It was like this massive Game of Thrones type thing.
Really?
Yeah. And by the time I woke up, you're good, right?
Yeah, I can't put my windows down.
So I go to see Lord of the Rings, the movie, and have these dreams. They just wouldn't quit all night long. And then I decided, well, you know, this is not stopping. I dreamt it the next night, believe it or not, just kept going.
Right.
I was like, I'm going to write this down and get it out of my head. 50,000 words later, I had a book.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, you know, there's something to this, because I had another book poking at me saying, hey, write me. Hey, write me. And then that turned into a third book, which turned into actually looking and learning how to write. And then over the years, you know, you build up this collection of trunk novels. And finally, I just actually said, you know what, I'm going to start publishing. So even before I published, I must have written at least 5 full novels before I even published.
Wow.
And mind you, they're not that good.
But don't get rid of them.
Oh, no.
Don't get rid of them.
No.
I mean, if I don't know why, but some people even go back and listen to my first episode. I cringe.
Mm-hmm.
But you get better over time.
Yes, you do.
So, all right, something very important. Tell everybody where they could, besides here at the book fair, because we're not live anyways, where can people find your books and website and follow you?
Right. The easiest way is caliawilde.com, which is CALIAWILDE.
Because you're extraordinary.
Because extraordinary, or I blame the German side.com. All my books are there. There is links from the books on the website out to wide publications. So Kobo Plus, Amazon Store, Barnes and Noble, Google Play, Apple. I'm trying to get everything wide so that it's easy for people to obtain. I'm also have a few books on overdrive for libraries.
Perfect.
Yep.
I want to thank you so much. You're going to be on again. I know you are. Well, you got a lot of books to pitch, so you got to come on my other podcast and pitch them individually. And you still live out in Frederick, right?
Yes, still live
Do you have equipment to record virtually?
I do. I have a Shure microphone, and
Oh, that's right. I forgot because
yeah, the video stuff, and a little oh gosh, what is it? Scarlett 2A.
Oh yeah. There ain't no tornadoes coming, I hope.
I hope not. I know it was thunderstorms coming in. So
yeah, as long as they're done by the time we're ready to pack up, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so now I am sitting here with Laura Blackwood, who I believe is another one that Christy Wolf has sent up to try to embarrass me because, correct me if I'm wrong, Laura, you write the spicy stuff as well.
Of course I do.
How many chili peppers?
It depends on the book, and it depends on the person's opinion.
Okay.
So often we wind up hearing that it's somewhere between 2 and 4, but some people have said 5 and some people have said 1, and for the same book. So there is a wide range of opinions as far as what constitutes, listen to me, constitutes spice. Woo. And how to actually define it in a particular way. Okay. So and nobody's really in complete agreement.
Right.
And that's part of the beauty of what we do, right? Everybody has a different view of things, and that goes into writing and voice as well.
All right, so how long have you been? I'm just going to call the genre spice now. It's not. It's more than romance, right?
It is. So I have been writing romance for more than 20 years, but under different names. All right. So, but I have been writing spicy romance for just over 1 year.
Wait, all right. So you started writing 20 years ago?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Now, was your first book published 20 years ago too?
So under another name.
Okay.
I did some comic books.
No, come on.
Okay, seriously. And then that wasn't quite where I wanted to be.
Right.
Okay.
Are they still available?
No,
okay.
Thank God, no.
Okay.
You will not find them. And then I don't want to say too much. But I wound up picked up by a Big Six at the time, traditional publishing house.
Okay.
And have been writing published material with romance in it since first publication date with that major press was 2010, but things have happened prior to that as well. So, but
wow.
Like I said, spice only for 1 year and about a week, if we really drill down to this. And of course we would drill down to this because it's spice, right? But, sorry. But yeah, so, and that all happened in part because of a dare.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, so what do you like writing better?
Oh, I love writing all of it. You just, I get to build a world. I get to put very troubled characters into said world and make their world even worse and see how they react. And it's all good fun. So
are you working on another book now?
I am. I actually.
Spice or?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes. And, a charity anthology that I have a spicy story in will come out August 15th. Okay. And we were told we had to include spice. And so I was like,
God.
all right. So, yeah. The other things that I am working on, just to put your mind at ease, under my other name, I am also working on some much tamer, gentler things. But we're not here to talk about that.
Wait a minute. How many different names?
So I technically have 3 names. Okay. Well, yeah, technically 3. But my day job is as a ghostwriter and a book coach for an international agency.
Get out of here.
No, seriously. And so as a result, I am Legion.
You are.
I am Legion. There are many of me technically. because I have ghostwritten quite a few books.
Wow. All right, so with the ones that you're selling for you, I gotta figure out how to do this. How many have you published either under your...
So as my spicy name, as Laura Blackwood, we now have, fourth one is coming out at the end of this month. And then there's a couple of anthologies I'm involved in. Okay. So, and to put people's mind at ease too, 2 of those 4 are technically novella length, not novel length.
Right.
Because I am human and there's only so much I can do, and manage to maintain some semblance of sanity. So
now, are you local?
I am not local. I am New York State.
So, drove down or flew down?
We did drive down. We have family in New Jersey.
Okay.
And when I say we, I should say my husband has family. So this is family by marriage. We love them though. But yeah, so we stayed with family and then drove in absurdly early this morning so that the husband could set up the booth because he likes it a certain way. So he can set it up. Okay. Absolutely. Well, we know what we do well, and this is why we are still together more than 30 years after having met. So, that's just...
All right, you're really baffling me here, first of all, because you said you started writing 20 years ago. You've been married 30 years.
Yes.
But
in November.
Yep. But yet, looking at you, I would swear you're probably mid-30s.
I really like you, Rich.
Seriously.
I appreciate that so much, but no, I am so not.
So I guess writing keeps you younger.
Oh, God, it does not. It is the thing that makes me feel like I'm going to turn to dust at any moment.
All right, so I've been asking most of the authors this question today. When you had your first reader come up and asked you to sign a book.
Yes.
What was that feeling like?
It was like, oh my gosh, I've got to remember what name I'm signing in this book. Okay.
Yes.
So and today even, God bless Sarah, wherever she may be. The third book I signed for her, I started signing with the wrong name. And then I was like, oh no, that needs to look like an L. Let's make that happen. So that occasionally happens. But I can also say this. The very first book I signed as my main name.
As your real name?
No.
Okay, your main author name.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes. I did not sign that one correctly either. And I even put a little note in that particular book saying, this is the first book I've ever signed. Please excuse me for having signed the wrong name. So yeah, these things happen.
You need to write a spicy novel or whatever, titled or something about a woman with many aliases.
We've joked for years. So when I started all of this, and had that big traditional deal and all that good stuff, I was hanging out with some traditional authors, and at the time I didn't know that you were allowed to have multiple pen names. And I met one particular sci-fi author, and we wound up at the same event together. And she set up 4 different name tags. And I was like, hello, what is happening here? And she really took me under her wing and kind of explained, oh, no, this is the way we do things. And so there was a brief period where I would joke with people, really, there's only like a dozen of us writing for the entire freaking industry, but we all use so many other names, So
that's got to be hard, though, especially like you said, when you're signing books.
Yeah.
Or even like I had one author on earlier who had to write a note for one of her kids for school and wrote it under her signed it as her pen name.
Yeah, that can be really disastrous if you're a spicy author.
Or even signing checks.
Right. Yeah, that changes things tremendously. Luckily, and I think the ghostwriting has really helped with this, I'm able to compartmentalize things enough that generally I don't mess it up. Okay?
Yeah.
And so because the spicy stuff that I am writing is slightly different in genre, not very, but slightly different in genre, that makes it easier also to separate those two sides in a way and focus on the one for this writing and not worry about the other at the same time.
All right, but from a business standpoint, how do you have all the different pen names under just one business title?
Yeah. So this is what typically happens. You typically wind up forming, if you're an indie, right?
Yeah.
If you're an indie, you typically wind up forming some sort of business entity. I frequently hear that an LLC is recommended. That's what I have. Mm-hmm. And then you're allowed to establish pen names, and in different states, you're allowed to have DBAs, doing business as. And so I've racked up a number of those. And you're able to make those separations. And those separations are vital in this business because I don't want, wow, that's some thunder. I don't want the readers of my other name stuff to stumble in to my spicy things. And I specifically don't want that because years ago, when I was running with this particular trad group, there was a very popular author who I managed to sit down with, and she was heartbroken because she had been established in YA and had been writing very well received stuff in YA for years. Right. And then she made the transition to adult fiction, and she kept the same name. No one had warned her. Her publishers, her editors, nobody had warned her. And then the hate mail began because she was seen to have betrayed the readers. Okay, so moms who were used to buying their teen girls this, bebop vampire sort of stuff, suddenly they were having to have big talks with little girls.
So this just fascinates me with the different pen names. Do you have separate websites for each one?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And ideally, what you're supposed to do also, because of the way the algorithm works, you're supposed to use different browsers. You're supposed to do all of that. Yeah. Yeah, evidently there is so much overlap that in order to maintain the sanctity of one particular pen name versus another, you're supposed to take all of these different steps. It's a lot. And so a lot of us kind of do this is me, but today I'm also this, because there's only so much you can do, right?
Yeah.
So.
Wow. Again, I'm learning more stuff. Even after 11 years, I'm still learning more stuff about this industry.
Well, I could say the same thing because honestly, just coming to events like this and just getting a quick chance to look around, I always find something that I'm like, ooh, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
So there's always something to learn. Seriously.
How'd you find out about the event?
So this event showed up, I believe, in one of the Facebook groups for bookish events.
Okay.
And I saw it and I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. And then I started to notice some of my friends were messaging me going, hey, did you apply to this particular thing? I'm like, all right, let's see what it is. And it's neat. I like this.
It's actually dying down now. Because it was packed.
Oh yeah,
here.
There was quite a crowd,
and I'm glad I'm up here and not down there because, number one, we wouldn't hear each other,
right?
Because it is noisy down there.
Yeah.
So you're going to be back here again next year, hopefully, right?
I'm thinking about it. I mean, I wound up getting a lot of different acceptances to different events, and so I'm kind of juggling, and I did promise myself that next year I was going to limit how many we're doing, because this year we started in January with events, but because of the weather in our area, those were all online. So they were virtual book signings and things like that. And that was really cool. But at this point, I only have 2 weekends at this point before Christmas that are open.
Wow.
So we are running every weekend some other place to do book signings.
But that's all part of the marketing part of being an authorpreneur.
It is. And I love it because I love getting to meet people and talk to people and joke with people and all of that. And
try to embarrass some people.
Oh my gosh, I have had some fun today, Rich, I will say. Because when we hand out the Omega Heat books and those sorts of things, they also come with things like the bracelet that says the lady always gets what she wants, and the little ribbon badge that says chew toy, and then they also get to pick a peen. And so yes, there have been a couple of moments where
oh my God.
Yeah. But everybody just gets such a kick out of it. And I like to see that.
You're
because
having fun with it.
Exactly. And there, if I look at this from a historical view, and my background is actually in history education, if I look at it that way, the fact that I can, as a woman, write spicy things and get other women to enjoy spicy sort of stories and things like that. This is something that's pretty new when we think about it. Okay,
that
romance
could be a good
as an
historical
industry,
fiction book.
It could be fun, but yeah, I mean, you really think about it when you look at the way the romance industry itself is typically looked down upon by everybody and dismissed so readily, and yet the event at Yale in 2023, which was a romance writers workshop, told us in no uncertain terms that the entire publishing industry is very much built on our backs. So all of those celebrity books that you wind up seeing, these people who get these really huge deals, the money has come from mostly romance writers who get much smaller advances, tremendously smaller advances on average.
Really?
Yes. But other people profit from it. Why? There's a lot of reasons why. Okay. So to be able to take on the spicy role, do that sort of thing, and know that women are able to be more upfront about what they enjoy and what they like to read. Men have always been able to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm a big one on the whole idea of what's fair for the goose is fair for the gander, right?
And I think something that a lot of people don't realize, you go back several years ago to a lot of those romance novels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you look at the author and it's a woman's name, but it was a guy that wrote it using a pen name.
There were some situations like that.
There were a lot of situations like that.
And the reverse is also true. When you go back and you look at some of the, I don't want to say early sci-fi, but sci-fi from the 60s and 70s, if you were a woman who wanted to write science fiction, you needed to come up with a name that was not so feminine.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, but what's in a name, as Shakespeare writes, right?
Yeah. So. All right. So for aspiring authors, what's the biggest piece of advice you can give them?
Finish the book. And that's because I have, for all of these years, every time under whatever name I'm at an event under, I have frequently had people ask, how do I get to be behind the table where you are? And the main difference is most of the people who come up and say they want to write a book never finish the book. Right. Okay. Once you do that, then you can do so many things. It's the same idea as you can't edit a blank page, right? Okay.
True.
So write the book. Give yourself permission to write the book. And this is something that I see I have to say more often to women writers, okay, you have to give yourself permission to take the time. Yes, there's always something to be done. There's always someone who needs something. There's always dusting or sweeping. And on deadline, our houses are always cleaner. I will say that because we procrastinate so bad. But the fact of the matter is, if you are able to give yourself permission to finish the book and you find it in your heart to actually do the work, because it is work, then I think you're going to see that the world opens up for you in a way. And that's very important. But if you don't give yourself permission to actually finish that book, you're never going to get on the other side of the table.
Yeah. It's like a river. Once it starts flowing, it doesn't stop.
Very much so, yeah.
So where can people find books by Laura Blackwood?
So you can technically find them pretty much everywhere. They are available through Ingram, which is one of the big places to purchase books. So bookstores can get them there. Libraries can get them there. And
book fairs.
Yes, absolutely. All sorts of different book events, because I'm going nonstop for the rest of the year pretty much. And Barnes & Noble, you can order them and have them picked up in your store. Or if you live out near me-ish, you can get them in the Utica, New Hartford Barnes & Noble. You can get them in the Vestal, Binghamton Barnes & Noble, etc.
And what's the website?
LauraBlackwood.com.
LORE.
Yes.
Blackwood.
Yes.
.com.
Yes.
Laura, I want to thank you so much. Oh God, I got to get you back on again, because there's a lot I want to talk to you about when it comes to the industry.
I would love to.
And of course the other books as well.
Yeah. Yes.
Now stay dry too when you walk out.
Oh yeah, it sounds like it's going to be very, very damp out there. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay. All right. So now I am sitting here with a young author, Piper Thomas, the children's author, right?
Yes.
Oh, how did I know that? And I have a funny feeling that your books, and I always say this about a children's author, if adults learn from them, then you know you got a good book.
And that's what I tell everyone when they come up. I say it's for the inner child as much as it is for the outer child.
So your books are like that then?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So with you, Larry, inside joke there. How many books have you written now?
3. My newest book came out this year in May.
In May.
Yes.
And they're all, now when I say children's books, they're illustration books, right?
Yes. They're
Okay.
all picture books.
All right. Now, are you the illustrator as well?
Yeah, I illustrate them, but so illustrating does take a lot of work, and I'm kind of tired of it. So it's so much to like write the book and then also draw all the pictures. And I went to art school for illustration, so I have a lot of illustration friends, and they're going to help me out illustrating my next books. So I don't have an illustrator name on the book cover, and in the future, I'm just trying to separate my name from illustrator. So that way I can like give my books the best chance and I'm not tired when I'm drawing.
And I guess working with an illustrator, well, you haven't done it yet, because working with an illustrator, if it's local and you already see you have friends, right? That's a good thing, because I know it can take longer.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you're writing, you have to give it to them. Are you self-published?
Yes.
All right. So you got to make sure that whatever they draw is perfect to you.
Yes.
Right? But being self-published, yeah, that's a good thing, because if you're going through a publisher, the publisher's got to like it. So that's a good thing. But you want to stop drawing, illustrating? Just the books, not...
Yeah, just the books. I think art for me is better as a hobby. I can't sell every one of my talents, and I need something to be just for me. So it takes a lot of pressure off of my drawings if 1 million people aren't like viewing it.
Wait a minute, how many other talents do you have?
I can juggle. I can make balloon animals.
Here.
I did a few birthday parties where I did balloon animals. I'm working on my ventriloquism. It's not good at all yet. My ventriloquism, I think puppets are really cool. So I'm getting into that. And I'm tall, so.
Wait a minute, come on. Seriously, ventriloquism?
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool to learn. I want to throw my voice.
I would love to do it.
Yeah.
I wish I could.
No, I'm working on it.
As long as it's like one of the newer dummies, because you look at some of those old ones. You're young, but if you go back and look at some of the old movies, some of those dummies are scary.
Yeah, they get creepy the further you go back. Oh, and also when I do school visits, I do a bunch of magic tricks, and the kids love them. So, like, I'm a busy girl.
Okay, wait a minute now. You're really blowing my mind here. So, magician, you want to get into ventriloquism. Yeah, I already forgot the artist, author. What was the other thing? Oh, you can juggle.
Yes, and balloon animals.
And balloon, wait a minute. You don't want to be a clown too, do you?
I would totally be a clown if I was able to. They just weren't hiring, so I did this.
Piper. You know what? You'll never be short of a career.
Oh, for sure.
Because there's so many things that you like to. So what got you into writing children's books?
Writing has always been an interest of mine, and writing was kind of more of a necessity than just something I did. As soon as I learned how to write, I was writing all the time. I've always had so many thoughts, and I got to get them down on paper somewhere. And then I like to describe it as like a journaler in love with storytelling. So if I wasn't journaling, I was writing fiction. And at a certain point, I'm like, it's time to like start publishing this.
I love that.
Thank you.
Wow. All right. So, and I love asking this question because you got 3 books written, right? Wait a minute. When did the first book come out?
2021, because I was 20.
21. Okay. So you've been writing for 5 years.
Yes.
Excuse me. The first time that somebody, although with children's books, they probably didn't ask you. You probably asked them if you wanted to sign the book. Or did they ask you?
Sometimes they ask me. Sometimes I pre-sign some books.
Okay.
It just depends on the person.
So the first time somebody asked you if you would sign their book, what was...
Oh my gosh. It's so crazy. Even earlier today, someone bought one of my books and she's like, here you go. This is your first book. And I'm like, that's crazy. I'm the first book you're reading?
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, this is so insane. I'm like, now I have to sign it. Now I have to sign this for your first book ever. It's so crazy. And especially to like be able to do that at so young, it's just like an insane feeling. It's just, I'm so grateful.
Doesn't feel real, does it?
No. I'm like, because like I'm impacting your life. And I'm like, me?
That's awesome. So you have 3 books out.
Yes.
And what are the 3 books and what are they about?
So the first book is Blackwood Soup. That one came out in like 2021. And that one's about a frog with allergies. So the frog, he's allergic to red bugs. And they're having a red bug soup party at his class. So it deals with like classroom allergies because I had classroom allergies. And there's always like trials you go through when you have them. So the first thing is they're like, well, if you eat enough of your allergen, you won't be allergic anymore. That's not true. You just have repeated allergic reactions. And then, or they'll try to give you a substitute food. And that doesn't work either. Now you just feel left out. Like now you're double left out. So the first book goes through that and they have to like figure out how to handle the kid with allergies in the classroom.
Right.
The second book is What If a Book Were a Balloon? And that one's like more imagination based because when you're reading to your listener, you guys need a bond and like have conversations. So it's full of like talking points to just sit there and imagine with your kid and like wonder what's going on in their head. There's no screen, there's no scrolling.
Right.
You guys make everything up. So that's like an exercise for the imagination. And then the last one is The Littlest Library. And which came out earlier this year.
The Littlest Library.
Yes.
Okay.
That one came out earlier this year in May. And this one features a little girl and she wants to be an author. So she is an author. And she wrote a book, but her family's so insanely busy and they don't have the time to read it. And, writing's not like loud, like singing or dancing. Yeah. It's so quiet and vulnerable, making it so easy to overlook. So she feels overlooked. And then, so she starts venting to her teddy bear, like, who can read my books? No one in this house is willing to read my books. And her teddy bear is just like, I've never read a book before. And she's like, no way. So she makes a small book because the bear is complaining about how big and heavy the books are and they just won't fit in her hands. So then the main character makes a tiny book for her bear to read. And then she goes on to like, the bear reads the book. She loves it. She made it her favorite book. And then later on, the mother stops her. She was like, oh, did you make her book? Like the one you're asking me about? And she's like, no, I completely forgot. So then they make an entire library of tiny books. And then her stuffed animals, they ask her to read her book at the end. It's so sweet. And then at the end of it, after the story ends, there's materials to make a tiny book in the back of it. So you get to do the same thing the main character was doing.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I get, it sounds like your books could be, I guess, pre-K on up?
They're 5 to 8. Yeah, I do my visits for like 5th grade.
You don't think younger?
I mean, if younger can read it.
Yeah.
Or they're willing to listen. I think it's because like when you're like 3, you're not that overlooked yet. You might understand the feeling, but I don't know if you have the words yet.
But, and I don't know if you've ever been told this, because they say like when a woman is pregnant, it's always good to read.
Yes.
Because they soak that in. Somehow or another, the baby soaks that in. I would think even reading at a pre-K level, daycare level, if you went in and read the books, not the kids reading it, of course, but I think it still sinks in. They learn from it. And from what you've told me already, excuse me, your books are teaching something that people need to know, especially the first one you talked about with allergies. I mean, all right, so with yours, you have to have an EpiPen, right?
Yes.
Okay. And this has been a pet peeve of mine. This I don't understand. But the first book could help raise awareness for this. You go to a lot of businesses, a lot of places will have Narcan on hand in case somebody overdoses. Why don't we do that with EpiPens?
I agree, especially in restaurant situations.
Yes.
It's like the easiest place for that to happen.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that makes sense. That book could help raise awareness for things like that, because it's number one, it's scary to see
terrifying.
somebody, and I've had it happen a lot because I love doing cookouts.
Oh, no.
You know, and somebody doesn't tell me I'm allergic to cinnamon or dill, and then all of a sudden they're like, it's like,
yeah,
you
and
know,
it's quick.
Yes.
You only have so much time.
Yeah, and those things are expensive.
Yes,
the
they are.
EpiPens are expensive. It doesn't make sense. It should be free. Restaurant chef. But now I'm going on my rant. All right. So, all right. So what's the next big thing for Piper Thomas as an author?
So I'm working.
Besides getting away from the illustrating part.
Yeah, I'm working on an activity book, and it'll be a companion to all the books existing. So they all have like a hidden worm game in it, but I wanted to give them all a bit more bonus content. So like the tiny books in the Littlest Library will be in the activity book, and then there's word searches, there's mazes, there's like connect the dots, there's like everything in there. There's like a decoding puzzle, like spot the difference.
Oh wow!
And I want to add some things related to the books I have out already. So by the time I'm on to the 4th, you have everything you can need to read the first.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you.
And you got a website, right?
Yes, I have a website. I'm working on it. It's up, but I'm still adding things to it.
Which is good because you're going to be writing more books, so you got to keep adding things to it.
Yeah.
What's the website?
It's piperthomas.neocities.org. What
a day. And just to let you know, I don't know if you could hear the thunder in the background, but I was able to get out of there pretty dry. By the time I finished packing up and walked outside, the rain had more or less stopped. Or the thunderstorms had stopped. So that was a good thing. But man, what an incredible celebration of books, creativity and storytelling. That place was packed. I think 2,400 people came through. I believe that was a report I saw. The book fair at Bel Air was packed with authors, readers, families, and definitely people eager to discover something new. And I had so much fun sitting down with these talented authors and learning about the imagination, the courage, research, the humor, and the heart behind their work. From children's books and young adult fantasy to science fiction, paranormal stories, romance, some of them off the chili pepper scale, suspense, music, and even more. Every conversation reminded me that there truly is a book and an author for everyone. And I have to admit, I was honored to be one of the featured podcasts. I've done live recordings, but this is the first time I have ever set up an event and recorded with people. And it was a blast. But authors need more than people admiring their work. They need our support. So, of course, buy their books, recommend them to friends, share photos on social media with their book, and tag the authors when you do, and of course myself. And most importantly, after you finish a book, take a few minutes to leave an honest review. If it was a children's book, I know you don't want your child to leave a review, but ask them to write one, and you could post it in your name saying it's from your child. Reviews help authors reach new readers. It helps them build credibility and continue doing what they love. It may seem like a small gesture, but to an author, it can make a tremendous difference. So events like the book fair at Bel Air remind us why reading still matters. Books help children develop their imaginations. They introduce us to experiences beyond our own, and sometimes give us exactly the message we need at exactly the right time. So keep reading, keep discovering new authors, and keep supporting the people brave enough to put their stories into the world. Until next time, I'm Rich Bennett. Thanks for listening, and remember, every great conversation starts with someone willing to listen and someone willing to share. Now it's your turn. Join the conversation by sharing this episode, leaving a comment, or reaching out to me directly. Take care, be kind to one another, and I'll talk with you again soon.